So nana yada wase bebre. Nana nom ne mpanimfo a yehye mu ha. Ebi a yedu ye nyina di enidie bema yemu so. Na yato nsa frɛ ɛyɛ ɔmampanin John Dramani Mahama. Na ɔne ya deche esem kaye kakro. Momi yɛmfa sɛm mo nhyia no kwan.
Madam Ase, Pacho Obian Transin. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Ase. Let me proceed on the protocol established, but let me recognize our traditional leaders, our queen mothers, our Zongo chiefs and imams, our clergy from the Christian community, our ministers, senior government officials, security agencies, the people of Eastern region, and especially my children up there, the students. You are looking very beautiful in your uniforms, yeah? And this is the Resetting Ghana tour. It's an accountability series to inform the people of Ghana who gave us the mandate and put their trust in us, what work we have done over the last 1 year for them. And so a cross-section of the people from every region is invited to attend. And of course, our students are a very important part of our society, and that's why they are here today. Thank you very much. The ministers have spoken, and they've touched on almost everything. So I'll just put a little emphasis on a few things just to fill in some gaps. But I want to congratulate our Honorable Regional Minister. Minister, Yabo Abaso, Senior Minister Kaino, Wejuma Soini, and Kososa, why? Now, Newan says, Senior Local Government Minister Ekayano. Abra Yaba Abaimu. Ade a friend of decentralization. Na asan dani centralization. Decentralization a free rollings emreso. You did district assemblies common fund ebaye. Na district assemblies common fund no. You say district bia omankasa omunhwe omunnyoma so. Na enkoba se yen yebetran aban betran akra na akire se yenkoye we wo ha yenkoye we wo ha na bra e de 1992 constitution bae no ena e de sika ebeboa this decentralization no e de no so beka ho ene district assemblies common fund concept eno 1992 constitution e de bae na ohwe constitution na you say between 5% and 8% of government revenue must be transferred to the district. It means Abai Eje 100 billion, between 5 and 8% of sa 100 billion no. I see edema assemblies no. Na omo ankasa impuntu ompese omode ye bia na omode ye. And so Abra NDC wo ho ma ban dada Professor Meka said, my former incarnation as president. Abra, mi befi akunyano so. Na sika yedema district assemblies no, 7.5%. Interest say na ka 5%, na 8% ceiling no, na say yedru 8% ceiling no. Na enfomso a abanfofra ebeje ye ne say 7.5% of total revenue. Omo beje ye no, ena omo te so ba 5%, the lower floor, instead of 7.5%, you know. The constitution say 5 to 8%. In terms of the 5% and ebeko. Now, to make matters worse, 5%, you know, omo de bibia your friend no alignment, capping and alignment. Statutory fund biya to say road fund, district assemblies common fund, get fund, national health insurance levy, biya statutory fund biya. Almost set a cap. It is a car beba sa a photonum. Say a bro amount biya. Niaka yina was say call a photonum into the consolidated fund. Apart from the fact say almost about 5%, no. I say 5% no put na omunya that full 5%. Na munti ha. The worst part they say after saying yina esi ye no. Kakra aka no. Anka fa no koi na omu fanye adwuma. And also omo de tra Accra District Assembly's Common Fund Office. Ena niaka no instead of 100% of niaka no enkono. Assemblies no munya as low as 42% of sika akano. Ejinana Akufo-Addo DCs your bomb so when your mom na sika ne ma. Eche say aban no agi sika ni nyina won kran. Ena omo ena be kire say ko nana kwafo prom nakosi jinanan bia. For her nakosi classroom. For her nakosi say into district chief executives nankasa no munya hwe. Sika ne ba no mu di chetua enyomo ehia salaries ne ade na sika na sa. Enti me hwe sa no me bae me say no. 5% ye ya to ho say ye de be ye empunto e wo district decentralization no. Ehu 80% e wo say ye de call district no directly. Yen fantna nkran kire ne omu fanye. Enti ene Uhu ye DCs na ye from edwuma wura bebi amekobi am say edwuma wura efi sa sika na eba no afen so abaida da etwem no eto de bi a 3/4 na sika no mai enso enen so de every quarter etwem a ye calculate ye hu omu sika ye wo se de ma omu na ye pia akọ enti ama afe bebi a obekobia wohu se empunto koso ye de omu sika ma omu a ne aye ka ne se usika afibia si classrooms mienu to replace schools under trees si chiefs compound mienu and I assigned 20% at ho say legacy project bia eda ho use 20% no fire if we say abra year campaign 2024 because say ye nja edwuma bia ento ho bibia yebetu ye bia yebeto aso ne awie enti sa 20% na yama district assemblies no say ebia na omu si chiefs compound abra abandada wo ho eche say edru bibia omu ntimi awie no eho enom be yiska ato aso enti o hwa abandoned projects ni nyina yebeto ye no ya start ye eche say nipa enya ho faso enti eno eya asema ewo ho o hwe nia yenua Deputy Minister of Finance ekan no enra edwumayefo ebedi o mafahye ewo Kofrida ha na theme of omweyi and say pivoting from stability to growth and jobs na obeka say omune finance minister na betra ho enomu hu say sa na wo say omude omu team because sa ne enso ye de ato ya adwum say ye ba ye se nya yesika sem no esi atete no apansan no nia ewo se ehia se ye ene se ye ma etodin na yesika sem engina enti afia etwa mu nyina bibia ye bia ene se ye de stability ebeba economy no na ohwe edwumaden a Ministry of Finance ene ye minister fo nyina eye nyame encha de 2025 eba na wie ye na che say stability aba yesika semu pa eka yede ni etua amana ba fom IMF ka che say by 2028 it was say your debt to GDP every 67% eba 48%. By the end of 2025 near the debt to GDP, no, if it's 67%, no, yeah, they're about 25%. And the idea almost in 2028, no, by end of 2025, near a year. You bet 2 years now, CD and 16 point something to $1. Na CD near Kase Yacheno, Alokeno, Ediki Ama IGP, or sign a breaky jail, no. Make can you be back? Yen ye, we Makada, Yankoche dollar no. Na who ya say obechi dollar no ye ma see the nankasa honden say na be ya obetimi akon any dollar no no de o ma hwe fom enti see the no ye ma ne drips ye ma ne muja ye ma ne duani pa di ye ena ono ankasa sorry kokon ne kun ena dollar de ne hwe ho pound de ne hwe ho euro de ne hwe ho sorry did I make her 25%? Me say debt to GDP no about 45% by end of 2025. You and see, more beyond for me say about 25%. 45%. Almost say, Yemfamra 48% by end of 2028. And so by end of 2025, now they're above 45%, 4 years ahead of schedule. And see, Yaya say, you know, the next challenge, and they say, Yebema, the economy ni na yetimenya sika kese na edi ahye enjumemu se ne beya ye mabunu benye adwumaye. So now that we've stabilized the economy, the next object away yenim say ye be invest in those parts of the economy e be bie enjuma se ne beya e mabunu benya adwumaye. So we're moving from stability, like I said yesterday, to opportunity, from stability to job creation, from stability to growth. And see, Butaya yedisi enim a year the next a year was here no. And see, me announcing finance ministry omo yenhu adwuma. Your new economy policy document a year deba. The backup cabinet near their parliament. Now no, yeah the 1% of GDP. Every year, 1% of GDP. They're the best share in the sectors are intimidate in Yumaba. You know, to say agriculture, agribusiness, textiles industry, cotton growing, any digital innovation, Bibia, intimidate and Yumaba. We're going to use 1% of GDP to invest there. Now, the Beji economy, no, our economy was about $87 billion. We were then in number 11 in the world. Now, we share the end of year numbers, actual numbers, no. But it is estimated, say, the economy, no, it has grown from that $87 billion to $114 billion. I just say, you feel number 11 in Africa to number 8 in Africa in terms of size of GDP. It is the 1% of size GDP. I'm sure that we can make a breakthrough. Now, I know now, Honorable Ahmed Khan, Obi say, now, say sika o Ghana eni enim. Ehi na ma amanye sika o de yes and you na. Nwa say. If he say, enjume aye nyina 24-hour market here, acquire 2,000 kilometers of roads at the same time. 2,000 kilometers of roads at the same time. Ejuma ekoso ewo Ghana henyina a contracted the certificate ba yetuanaka. A send a road minister kan contracts are no more year abandada eko no. Yantwe bia ngu yesi obi anto aso nye na ejuma wo certificate afabra ebetua oka. Enti eno so ye etua. A man from bridge over Afram Plains, the Ama contract. The longest bridge, I'm sure in West Africa, because 3.2 kilometers long. Nanina yen konkoje busian wo bibia ye Ghana sike ya ya Ghana sike ya ene ye it is a free January aye buy bibia ya yibia yen call amanone enkoje Eurobond and Ansah international capital market. The only institutions MIASICA, any African Development Bank, any IMF because of program ayewum. And so young kasi enko kase Eurobond they coach 3 billion at the to Ghana to also. Now yabe yebibi with that money. We're not doing that. Na medicaka beka minua ketwa energy and green transitions. Oka ni si wa kosombo. Na enra mebo yenu anuma omu ejuma VR ni Greco mebo ma basofa. If you say okoshe ejuma omu ye anka bebi na saa asemi si ye anka omu de abrofo engineers be free amanone abeso ano ama omu. Enso esi ye no ya ye engineers ye nuanom Ghana for abibifo broni bakumpo enka ho Unhu enumfite bia wo ho broni bia enka ho ya ye engineers na ne ye fe ne se ebi ye mabunu bebre ye mabunu bebre so eye ma mekohu e ma wo ho a omo so omo hye tokro no mu a omo twe cable no emse ba ko meni ni twa enfoni aba social media so oye service oye SHS university nche oye university nche ene e de no post echo VR Greco tanko ye ejuma wo ho osate ejuma wo Greco we di be 4 months back ena ono so oka ho ana omo twe cable no within 2 days na 3 units asaba by the 4th day na 4th unit about 5th unit me wo ho no na 4 units ye ejuma na omo ye ejuma on the 5th unit ena omo ka chem say president ebi Ansah na obefi ha na unit number 5 are starting ampanso manko duru nkran me fi ho manko duru nkran ena friend me say oh unit number 5 ye twaje atum na najwa ena jina po friend me o say unit number 6 nso eja bam and so I was say yehwe to the future nti ye de yentna se emma assembly nsi Ansah wo hwe Ghana send the economy ni si kono ama your consumption kosoro ye buy na consumption in number 3,500 megawatts and then me no ka say your consumption at peak it drew 4,300 megawatts. If we say more investment about room into the demand for electricity is increasing into I was say ye the generation ni bi eka ho Senebeya, Yebenya redundancy, ni abrofo friend redundancy. Apart from that, say ye na edonso na ye dibiko Burkina ne Togo, omu ina omu hia kania na omu tua eka. It will bring foreign exchange into the country. Enti ye ne finance ne energy. Omu ye design. Ye beye 1,200 megawatts gas-fired electricity generating plant. Na nyamiadom afia me no ka sei ye de asobe bofom na sai juma na hyase Na who here so say ye be say adwuma no near the 1200 megawatts account because ye buy no na abaya efi akonya so koye no omo ne omo a omo 2 franc ni na omo ne omo akon I just say ebinum po omo apake omo ne omo efi Ghana akotra Cote d'Ivoire enti ye buy ene ese de bi ya nkasa ye ntimi nye ye nyi efidi a ye de ko epomu edrele ko form ekotu frango no ba enti gise we mo be boy na ye timi ye enti eja after January February busano ye tu kwan eko abroche be 3 times ena eja me ko krokro mo kakra me so enya hwe aban foforo aba enti mu de bibia esi bia mo nja manenka mese bibia esi bia mo manenka enti mu de mo mra ne nkasa ena me ka che ministers no mese eda hom bedru ho mo de mo fa mo mra Jubilee House ena eja omo baaye obeka se ahemfo kese te se mo na aba ye je omo awa tu ye red carpet wo carpet ye de se forma ye nante so omo baaye na eje omo awa tu ene omo kasai ena nti ase ye adwuma make us say ye ne omo assign Jubilee Partners omo de $2 billion be share omo adwuma no mu na omo de more gas abrain enti enu ti o say you see a second gas plant semunim atuabo gas processing plant gas ebeba no a so chain capacity of atuabo gas processing plant enti o say you see near friend GPP2 gas processing plant 2 ten be ya extra gas no ye betimi afa near fa extra gas no so e was say you supply ma electricity companies mo no mo de electricity na o share electricity generators e wo ho a o use gas so far fi ho aba ye ni E9 so assign almost the 1.5 billion e be shim na almost the more gas aba into gas no be doso a chain ye existing plants into I say yes ye another plant e betimi agesa extra gas no na yes sir ye the ye existing generating availability so we will go almost over 6,000 megawatts into I know say for the next 10-15 years, say yanye plant biya anka still will have enough electricity for Ghana. I think so. Oshe health sector. Unfortunately, your health minister niha. But the last researching agenda, okasa fine. And yoma miunufu for abeka home. Any Ghana Medical Trust Fund, your friend Muhammad Cares, and free primary health care, and also a nyoma minu aye diaba. First, our national health insurance and kwan. Until nyoma P any national health insurance no so. Until so unya yarebi to say cancers nibi. Wukta health insurance card mpo wontumi fa ensa ho yare enti wo hwen so a ye won ye friend non-communicable diseases men can say yare to say stroke, heart attack, breast cancer, cervical cancer, kidney failure na wo hwe ye mamu a increasingly no eno enekum nipa echen bibia se yɛka morbidity ɛwɔ brɔfo kasa mu a ɛkyɛ sɛ nneɛma a ekum nipa ɛwɔ kuro biara so kyɛn biribiara enti saa non-communicable diseases no ekum Ghana for 42% per annum ɔhwɛ nipa a ebewu the whole year ɔmumu 42% saa yareɛ no na ebekum wɔn na sɛ nea aka no ebi yɛ malaria ebi HIV/AIDS, ebi typhoid, ebi bibi foforo. Enti it is the single largest killer of Ghanaians. And so now you need bibia etimeboa omo ewo saa yare no. Say ombetimi enya yaresa. Enti mama care no is taking care of that. But apart from that, say pesi enya 100% universal health coverage. na ɛwɔ sɛ yɛde free primary health care nso ba sɛne ɛbɛyɛ the last rural area a free chips compound polyclinic health center yɛde nhyehyɛ bi ba sɛne ɛbɛyɛ yɛbɛtumi arichi ɔmo remote areas ne adeade miɛnhwɛ hospitals akɛseɛ fɛfɛɛfɛ ɛwɔ ekuro pɛ nti woba regional hospital ase o yɛ hospital yi yɛ fɛ ɔmo esi hospital wɔ ha nso nkurase no they also need the health care nti na yɛde the idea of chips compounds ɛbaayɛ but chips compound no nko a wode kɔ hɔ na otriti malaria ne saa nneɛma na it's different from free primary health care. Free primary health care ɛwɔ nea yɛfrɛ no preventive part of health care ɛno ɛne yɛntumi nya ne yie nti na ɛyare kunkum yɛn nkurɔfoɔ saa nti free primary health care yi a yɛalɔnkye ɛyɛ both curative and preventive na preventive part no ɛna health volunteers ɛne nurses yɛafa wɔn yɛama wɔn mfidie a wɔn hia biara wɔn wɔ scans nti sɛ bibi hawa na ɔba chips compound hɔ a wɔn wɔ scan a wɔn bɛtumi ahwɛ bibi a ɛhaw sɛ bibi a ɛwɔ sɛ wɔn de wokɔ district hospital a na yɛ transfer wɔ hɔ apart from that wɔn bɛyɛ outreach health screening na yɛsrɛ mo nananom momfa mo ho ngye mu efisɛ all your kingdoms health volunteers no ɔmo wɔ days a ɔmo bɛba na ɔmo de ɔmo mfidie esi dua bi ase anaa school na ɔmo abɔ ho dawuro sɛ yɛbɛyɛ health screening wɔ ha nti ɔmo ba a moboa na obiara mpie maka sɛ Ghana ni biara ɛwɔ sɛ at least once a year wokɔ na yɛ check o sɛ ne bɛyɛ a sɛ wo develop kidney failure sɛ wo develop cancer sɛ wo develop saa yare body ni bi a those non-communicable diseases a wobɛhu ne ntɛm because saa yare no sɛ wohu ne ntɛm a yɛtumi sɔ ano but sɛ wotwɛn na ɛdi kɔ wo mu na wokɔ a doctorfoɔ no bɛbie na ɔmaka sɛ wei deɛ biribiara ni hɔ a yɛbɛtumi ayɛ nti wo deɛ kɔfie na kɔwu dabi yɛmpɛ ne saa nti ɛwɔ sɛ Ghana ni biara wohwɛ wɔ esikyire ɛwɔ wo mugya mu sɛ ɛkɔ soro a ɛde ɛno na ɛde diabetes ɛba wo blood pressure ɔmbɛ measure ebi yɛ pre-hypertensive ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ nduru hɔ but you are almost there nti wohu a ne akyerɛ wo aduane a ɛnni sɛ wodi sɛnea mekaeɛ no anadwo aduane no ɛno na ɛha adwen paa wafiri adwuma ba a yɛde banku kɛseɛ ne nkurumankwa esi w'anim na wodwen sɛ yɛayɛ wo yie yɛku enti saa nneɔma no nyinaa ɔmbɛkyerɛkyerɛ sɛne ɛbɛyɛ a obiara bɛtumi ahwɛ n'apɔmuden ɛso ma menka ne bebree ɛm sɛ menya akwanya asan akasa nti nea mede bɛtwa toɔ ɛne nea nana kan no ɛyɛ adwen pa a ɔde ama yɛ paa ɛfiri sɛ yɛstate nkokɔ nketenkete no yɛakyɛ nkokɔ no fine yɛwɔ different categories of nkokɔ nketenkete yɛwɔ big poultry farmers na yɛaboa wɔn mu a ɛkyerɛ sɛ wɔn bie wɔn adwuma mu ɛna yɛwɔ medium fo wɔn so yɛma wɔn bɛyɛ 8,000 birds at a time ɛna nkokɔ nketenkete fo no deɛ wɔn nya 50 birds at a time nti sɛnea nana kan no ɛwɔ sɛ yɛ ma ahemfo no bi nso bɛka ho because not only say ɔmo wɔ nsase no wɔ hɔ and then apart from that sɛ nana ɛyɛ a ɛbɛyɛ obi nso fɛ sɛ sɛ nana ɛyɛ a ɛnea me nso ɛnyɛ adwuma a mentumi nyɛ nti na ɔno nso ɛde ne ho agye mu bi nti ɛnyɛ only nkokɔ nketenkete yɛwɔ livestock yɛwɔ different yɛwɔ vegetable production nana wowɔ asase a yɛwɔ abɛsiesie hɔ ne adrele borehole ne yɛde polytank sisi hɔ na ɛkyerɛ sɛ tomatoes yi ne nkuruma ne mako ne biribiara na odo a no akɔtɔn wadeɛ nti ɛno yɛwɔ different categories nti mɛka kyerɛ agric minister no wabie new register ama ahemfo a ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔmode ɔmo ho agye feed Ghana no mu nti mede ma no bɛsi ha na yɛatwɛn ɛm sɛ yɛbɛwɔ nsɛmbisa anaasɛ adwen bi a obi pɛ sɛ ɔka no na eja na yɛde abawie yɛ medam ase. Investigations na ɛkɔ so me ne wo ka sɛ yɛwɔ cases bɛyɛ 7 ɛwɔ court but yɛ investigate awie a yɛde akɔ court no me pɛ sɛ court ne tie nsɛm na ntɛm ɛnso mentimi nkɔtena court hɔ ɛnka kyerɛ judge sɛ asɛm no wo yɛ akyɛ yɛ ne ntɛm mentimi yes sir because wohwɛ a yɛwɔ separation of powers me na meyɛ executive ɔmo na yɛ judiciary ɛnso yɛne chief justice akasa sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a ɔne ne judge fɔ no bɛtumi ahwɛ na ɛkyerɛ sɛ cases no ɔmo tie ne ntɛm na sɛ nipa ne defo a na yɛnim nea ɛbɛyɛ no so odi bem so a na ɛgya no na ɔkɔ ne baabi enti investigations ne deɛ ɛkɔ so a ɛkyerɛ sɛ me ne wo ka sɛ ɛbɛyɛ 7 cases wɔ hɔ ɔmo prepare bɛyɛ another 5 or 6 cases a ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛno nso bɛkɔ court but yɛyɛ democracy nti a yɛwɔ constitution we anka Rawlings abrɛ so PNDC time ɛno ani sɛ yɛakɔkye ɔmo nyinaa ne yɛde ɔmo atom ne aka sɛ kyerɛ yɛ adekoro nti a wobɛtumi aka sɛ saa asɛm yi ɛnyɛ wo na woyɛ ɛno yɛfrɛ no prove your innocence before we release you ɛno soldier ban bɛtumi ayɛ ɛnso democratic government say you are innocent until you are proven guilty ɛno nso yɛ constitution asɛm na mekɔgyina Black Star Square modest kind no share me nsa meswae sɛ constitution no mɛdi so enti even though me ankasa menyaeɛ anka mɛkye ɔmo nyinaa akɔtom na ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɔmo aka sɛ ɔmo di fo anaasɛ ɔmo di bem ɛnso constitution ne sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtie ɔmo asɛm na yɛhwɛ sɛ ɔmo di fo a ansa na yɛatwe ɔmo aso enti wei deɛ mɛsrɛ mo munya abotrɛ na judges no nyɛ ɔmo adwuma investigations na ɛkɔ so me ne wo ka sɛ yi yɛwɔ cases bɛyɛ 7 ɛwɔ court but yɛ investigate awie a yɛde akɔ court no me pɛ sɛ court ne tie nsɛm na ntɛm ɛnso mentimi nkɔtena court hɔ ɛnka kyerɛ judge sɛ asɛm no wo yɛ akyɛ yɛ ne ntɛm mentimi yes sir because wohwɛ a yɛwɔ separation of powers me na meyɛ executive ɔmo na yɛ judiciary ɛnso yɛne chief justice akasa sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a ɔne ne judge fɔ no bɛtumi ahwɛ na ɛkyerɛ sɛ cases no ɔmo tie ne ntɛm na sɛ nipa ne defo a na yɛnim nea ɛbɛyɛ no so odi bem so a na ɛgya no na ɔkɔ ne baabi enti investigations ne deɛ ɛkɔ so a ɛkyerɛ sɛ me ne wo ka sɛ ɛbɛyɛ 7 cases wɔ hɔ ɔmo prepare bɛyɛ another 5 or 6 cases a ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛno nso bɛkɔ court but yɛyɛ democracy nti a yɛwɔ constitution we anka Rawlings abrɛ so PNDC time ɛno ani sɛ yɛakɔkye ɔmo nyinaa ne yɛde ɔmo atom ne aka sɛ kyerɛ yɛ adekoro nti a wobɛtumi aka sɛ saa asɛm yi ɛnyɛ wo na woyɛ ɛno yɛfrɛ no prove your innocence before we release you ɛno soldier ban bɛtumi ayɛ ɛnso democratic government say you are innocent until you are proven guilty ɛno nso yɛ constitution asɛm na mekɔgyina Black Star Square modest kind no share me nsa meswae sɛ constitution no mɛdi so enti even though me ankasa menyaeɛ anka mɛkye ɔmo nyinaa akɔtom na ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɔmo aka sɛ ɔmo di fo anaasɛ ɔmo di bem ɛnso constitution ne sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtie ɔmo asɛm na yɛhwɛ sɛ ɔmo di fo a ansa na yɛatwe ɔmo aso enti wei deɛ mɛsrɛ mo munya abotrɛ na judges no nyɛ ɔmo adwuma investigations na ɛkɔ so me ne wo ka sɛ yi yɛwɔ cases bɛyɛ 7 na ɛdi kan me nua retired teacher ɔsɛ invite no na ɔkyerɛ the theory of x times x equal to ɛdeɛ bɛn pi r squared ne triangle ne ase and so ne nyinaa nea ɔka ne sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛma yɛadwen nkɔ on foundational learning because ɔsɛ wokyerɛ akwadaa ne deɛ a it's like nature sɛ n'adwen ayɛ hoo nti we must go to foundational learning. Now, foundational learning is nkwadaa ne nyi no there are three important things that they need to have. One is literacy. As I said, I was so kind. He must be able to read. By the time the child leaves class 6, he must be able to read. Then the second is numeracy. Numeracy next the child should be able to work with figures. And I say arithmetic, also otimi a year. Then the third one is critical thinking. Your friend, critical thinking. Those are the three important things that a child must have before they leave primary school. Now say omo enya saade no na obedru senior high school. Now we are free saying a foundation no anye ye concrete and komu ye. Enti bibia obesi wasubia engina. Enti what you're saying is right. Enti yani education for akasa to see how it's a problem across all Africa.
Yeah, go. Monday afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome to the latest edition here on Accra 100.5 FM. Certainly your number one dial. The biggest political show in the whole capital and beyond. Citizen Show is the name. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and enemies. Me didn't know to the Ghana my customer for in here. I am the voice for the voiceless. But today when you Bruce my crowd, we are back here to work for Ghana. So and you be a Jumano Funfra. You be a Bomfreta. You be funny falla. Muzakir Man is here on Facebook. John Geja Ansah joining. Paul Amenesoji did about Remia Luquizia. Joseph Dola Bueno Yakpa Norosco Mutawakil Abdul Kawil is here. Sanso na Ibrahim Musanswa joining in live. By name, you may be brought back to free. Of course, Mr. President Akasa on Operation Recover All Loot. Kwame, there is also a video of a man of God. And also a nightmare person kakra. Then of course, Bank of Ghana Bruhaha minority who bottom for crashing. Say Bank of Ghana Boka Nasresem. Matla kunya Bruce match name. Yeah, that is what we'll be doing live on Accra 100.5 FM. But Obana what say my live on Accra. Obana watch the watch name. Maybe able to na minchao energy. Of course, trotro drivers, taxi drivers, Uber, Bolt, Yango, Shaxi, Tipa drivers, long vehicle drivers. Me ba to say what driver no ko na wie twa kurusem pombo kodie. That's a taxi for the man kai wo bon so me no na adwuma yo. Eti taxi drivers no book man book woman across the taxi ranks, across the trotro station. And of course, filling stations are who you come crusade every if you are fine. That's how we do it. It's Yamahama Wakwaba. Yatana say, Yabe, my Juma, Ghana, the fun into my pefra. You be a friend on Todia made the best Samama Pomia. We will soldier on. This country shall certainly get to the promised land of hope. It's Yanam Yashabra Kwans, Yabedru. Yatna see you better to me and near Kano Cratch. You better Kano Cry Yansuro. That's how we do it. Set. That's right. Let's go. That's right. Yes, I'm so mad for Kwabena. Yemisasa and Pum to say, Yamaha. Yatina konya brusu de na yatina se be adwuma na se joada ntie mi se weekends na ko sen mini ba bia kodu no but they be so your vacation se me producer kwa me kwa chi say what do you say eniema ye hey aban papa na abama eniema se say you are no here for na o hwe ba bia kwa me kwa chi ko di holidays. This is just Saturday and Sunday yo or buy the color like come on na kwai bro position eti bra we dey huntaman ke twen but do very well. He's my producer every day. His name is Ernest Kwame Kwachi. Fantastic guy. Branch Jumedi, no. But I bet for Quantum Porno, so you dear him. The man that was named after Kwame Nkrumah. But no, the Kwajon Nkrumah. Kwajon T, a fly, and Crawford. Edi ho adansi. I'm so over on more. Children, baby, able to. But Kwame, ma, yen commende, and I say, a year in Yanmonke to a etro BC, you know. I mean, congratulatory message. It wasn't easy for us during our time. Mekase na ye kwa control BC na was a student anxiety wo. It's ya catch them send ye invigilators remember yem hye. Of course ni yesua de. Ni yesua de but still those like this kind of anxiety wo no wouldn't say what's you? Sua de wasua. Na question no nyem na asset ye. Me also na ka tell say eti na ye nim the kind of questions that you could share eti ya prepare no pa sada no ade be chia wo ba to niam so fast because you can't now say so we late na e bia time no na ultra exam so na pa 30 minutes ya man throw paper no minim say na no ye ka hwere huna you say so no kra and minim about now kwajo minim say this time so if over late after 30 minutes minim so ma ultra. But the time na sound here. Now I think you can't throw English and RME. Yeah. I think say na 2 a year you can't throw yeah. Obi beside you no menka. That's it. Kwam kwache one go school pan two beside no say me ko technical school. O school ya papa but school dey. You know. It me more be me say me here no because menka masua ade afi kwam kwache. Yes, Shana, you'll be a kind of school, no. Also, Charlie, me, I no good at school. Me, I go proper school, me, also go technical school. Anyways, not to rubbish technical abilities, though, but see, your technical school, your technical school, or no call back, be. You call you now, you do English in my, but luckily, no, come, yeah, invigilators now, no. They were not intimidating, and I think that. Abra yenu ala wonke to ene ye mai etro BC whilst ye bo mabaso se o matimi ayade na mo be the first certificate of their life no yempa ye invigilators no so chow they shouldn't be intimidating. I thought that be about friend nim but send how you too rigid one so no what the paper number to them going to mention we should not be concerned much about even what they reproduce me I am concerned no because most of them chew and pour on babetro they do chew and forget but we should be concerned about how you be develop your intellect the more. It is our invigilator now you happen to listen to us this afternoon please obinka sechrom because against the rules but of course don't be hard on them don't be hard on them obinka say omo kasa mentia but sometimes vigilators will be in fact what trans kura kasa or no be kanu kura we yembe hye kura na paper naba say na mani nyina nka hwe Mr. Mum Mr. Because those times I na me kira there I was the only teacher na me men kwada no questions no and I was the only teacher me mom de notebook no eba class. Yes, I was doing it. In fact media school pa me kotro the Samjed media mo ana mu kai Samjed media no at a point me kwatira de across Samjed media na me mom the books me mom the computer materials cell phone said they eba exams hall because question na me bisa no I'm asking you to apply me ko bisa what is atom no wa ko google say atom is the smallest particle of matter that be me bisa a question na you bring your intellect to bear. But when I'm going say because me say me bisa that Ghana nya ne found here o ba ka tell me say 6 March 1957 No ako kasa kwa me nkoma kra na eye. Mbato na me ka tia say. Aha. Eti ne maybe ho no mu a maybe sa questioner you need to research. And I think that we must gravitate towards that arena. And maybe because you know when get to a true exam say there's one thing I keep on trumpeting say. An educational system near here. We should not only be interested in exams. It shouldn't be about exams. Even though exams we here. Now you pay practical attention to the technical side. Because they be a because of kwajo minim ni entia. Yes, still mobile phone yentime nya Ghana. Eti ye ko school kwere. Kwajo Mike here make us ni nyina yakra. Obi akọ school. What the air Mike. Otu da akọ school or the tiachire kasa. Maybe man go technical school. But I'm telling you that there are a lot of technical stuffs or students and a graduate of Ghana, they can only repair. See ya. And you realize, some of these things, it comes from technical abilities that function from the mental faculties. And until I can tanka, Sabi, when you're any form of education, but the things can tanka, there are a lot, if not all engineers in Ghana, Sabi, Eti Kwame, I am a question, and I started questioning when John Mahama was in power for the first time. Then I questioned when Akufo-Addo came to power, and I'm questioning again. Say, Ankames Ministry of Education. Let's create a school, be a school of electronics. This thing, that school of electronics, iron, fan, TV, washing machine. All these electrical gadgets. I would do one where DSC car ya free amanoneno. Say air conditioners in the can. We do it there. And science school no mono sabi. Enya nyote brofo and benya first class. Tabi because that school enya brofo sem and a medium of exchange. Granted, say the brofo kran ya find so serious because brofo is just a language. Chinese ni fanya hwe, but we too ponse European you know. France ni one fa brofo nya hwe o kan French. But France is one of the strongest economies in Europe. By far Germany should be the biggest in terms of economy when it goes to Europe. And yet come German kasa on fa brofo nya hwe. So look, nations have proven including Russia say brofo you be krom kasa. You don't need English to expand your economic coast or tentacles. So certainly, brofun carry. Unfortunately, yet to a memua, ni ote brofun na so nim jansa. Eti opa kan twi kan hausa. Obetima kan kraka dagba ne aka eve, obi afanya hwe. Ka brofu ote brofu. Say no na Akufo-Addo de be dada yen ahead of the 2016 elections. Because papa ne brofu no bo akora. Bo best slang phonetics no digu from the idea. But this school I am talking about, it's not about reproduce what you have been taught through words. Ubenya first class not just what by a TV Kwame ama ni mo aso Ansah wansa wa bia ni anim. Eti ya woni obenya first class TV na wa na esronko. Ubetimanya first class ese otimi ye iron ma iron no timi to niema. Ese otimi ye ceiling fan ma ceiling fan itwa no. I think as a nation we should be deliberate about this. And Kwame we no Mesre Honorable Haruna Idrisu say, look, menkase yem fano ni nyina, but if we can pilot what I'm saying to see if it can function. And I'm telling you, say, and a time will come, we are going to regionalize all these schools. Senator President Mahama CE blocks across districts, We can also, if districtize is a word, across all the over 260 districts in Ghana. But if that is over ambitious, let's say we will limit it to the confines of the 16 regions of Ghana. So every region will have a very huge school of electronics. Every region, a very huge school of electronics. So all these 16 regions, Ebe House and Krofua, we are going to unleash that mind. I'm telling you, say, out of that, a time will come. You be the next Kantanka. We will start having people crumble to me aeroplane. Look, The Chinese started like us. Today, I'm a world class. The Singaporeans were our classmates. Today, I'm a world class. Tunku Rahman Abdul ni Malaysia. Na sabi endru Ghana's economy. And they are one of a first class in the world. And I'm saying, a time came where you're China phone. Onje, but then almost all the electrical gadgets, including all phones, every China. I am saying that it's not too late. Ghana can start somewhere. Let's concentrate on this core of electronics. American wants me. Now, what interest? They have the technical abilities. No, they are the people who will be there. People like Ansah come in the bench radio. Koyen kasa be camp prof. You see be TV. Manin kasa. Your fan. Manin kan ho. Ya your manin to niema. But on my team, as I want to prof any Ansah. We can't build a country like that. Your camp prof, he has the loudest applause. Hey, what a prof. So so that is just by the way regarding the BC thing. More training in look, I know say quite a time you're saying, oh, by now I'm up on, right? I know much was second people. Quite say so much back up and much 2 a day. 2 a day. And I know cramp mommy and son, I don't see a day. Woman could have intro back when and come much back on there. 2 days later, I don't see intro back. You can even use like 1 month to write or something, and that's a cost. The Akolano Koriba Babas are the same day, or better 2 people, not the 1 week away. Then the revenue saying, you know, yes, I ain't move as was set on mine. It's busy for no, your bonfire mamu. We pray that you come out with flying colors. But when me, you said you be, and a Juma maker say, Pie, Bank of Ghana, minorities and someone Mokafa who said there have been some losses. Na my year a Juma so far, mesophobia or say, yes, inflation in one form, but it does not reflect, and that a necrano okokoye treasure bill 1,000 cities at the end of the whole year, no better 50 pesos. In fact, also for the information free. My catcher will say, maybe be a no cribia mecca. Be a no cribia mecca. Because ahead of the 2016 elections, Kwame, one of the reasons the NDC losing is say, NDC tenase and tro be breakoy. And NDC tenase and high because waka yes or your software and yes waka. So software no can't throw power the South Party. And so you have to walk Obian can because or your software yeah move be acquired this time. Or your software no can't throw. You bet throw software Jasantronica. Or your hen can't throw. You better throw him Jasantronica. Who a businessman who can't throw. You better throw him Jasantronica. Who a politician, whatever sect you belong to, Obian Transit. Send we can't throw 2017, 2016. And now 2015 ahead of 2016 elections. Major Mahama lose here until Ansah. Who says, why a lot of things. More than I'm count. Most of the Mahama, you know, I had this more montro and a Mama Hama equal position. Tisantron, dear, Mr. President, you can be diplomatic about that because you are president. But as a foot soldier, I'm your duty to safeguard your interests and the interests of the party. I'm sorry, Mr. President. Yeah, trust man Crawford in control and man this in co-position. Anya has on payasem. Omboa. So I don't know. Let's see Kakrefio. But Kwame, Yana Honorable John Abdullahi Jinapo Ase. We are not about Urabamia and I said in Kitia issues. Look, John Jinapo approve it. Sa unimute. John Jinapo has proven that he's one of the finest as far as energy and its related matters are concerned. Kwame, yenimrea yebeko into the history of power supply in our country. But enya hwe ne yenim say si yakase bibi ye dum so a prolonged erratic power supply, and emphasis must be placed on the word prolonged. It is said yaswa kane and yedum no yedum so. Because UK you doom light, China you doom light, America you doom light. Name Ocean Canyon Abia for a whole year. You do me so, if not 2 years, then you can start qualifying and say, you do so. Okay, Kwame, my main Tisa Juma Winfrey or me, I'll come back to the Doomsort matter. Yane Yura Hashman Mohammed entering Kamakra or Kasama for Penima Ministry of Education. Of course, on this BEC matters, Yemisa say, and Nema Kose. Mira, me, Yamo Hamo Akwabamra citizen show so. Hashman.
Hello?
Yes, Yamo Akwaba citizen show so.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me, Hashman?
Yeah, your line is very bad.
Are you struggling to hear or is better?
Hello?
Is it better now or you struggling to hear?
Okay, it's better.
Yeah, we wanted you to bring us up to speed on this BEC.
Well, this morning, the Honorable Minister stormed Sefi to assess the ongoing BEC as it started today. And he also took advantage of his visit to also assess or visit some of the education infrastructure in that enclave. And then measures that government is putting in place to be able to address the educational infrastructure needs of that particular area. So specifically, this was the reason why the Honorable Minister visited that particular place.
Okay, so, but could you furnish us with some statistics as to how many are involved writing the BEC? Maybe you may want to break it into the sex and maybe add.
Well, throughout the country, more than 620,000 students are writing this year's BEC. We have already extended our goodwill message to them, and we are hoping that they approach the exams with the highest level of integrity and honesty.
Okay, so in terms of security,
WAEC have been working with the Ghana Police Service to provide security for the invigilation, and almost all the centers that we went, there have been adequate security to ensure that the students write the exams without any fear.
So currently, as we speak, you've not been entangled with any kind of challenge so far. Quite unfortunate. No, quite unfortunate. But of course, as part of the bigger exercise with Honorable Haruna Idrisu, Hasmin Mohammed, because my Minister of Education, almost nam Elba Pro, and I think it's highly in order. My last question, I'm maybe say, so far have they encountered any challenge abroad? There are times nipa do saying we are collapsing, we are saying there. Some of them fright, some of them anxiety, any idea, but I'm sure if there was any, he would have added. So thank you for speaking with us. Nakupon Instructor Hashmin Mohammed, PRO, Ministry of Education. Now, Kwame, my memory back to the Energy Ministry. I was making a simple point, Kwame. Say, what time could room poor will be in America? And I'm saying this unapologetically, devoid of fear of favor, and devoid of any shred of ambiguity or equivocation, that Honorable John Abdullahi Jinapo is one of the finest any country will ever have as minister in charge of power. Kwame, Honorable John Jinapo has demonstrated it so many times. Even in John Mahama 1, when he served in his capacity as Deputy Minister for Power. Sabre ana Ghana you suffer generational capacity. And maybe one of these times we will come and explain in total the history or if like historical antecedents surrounding all this so-called Braha. Because of course, by now I'm sure so many times say and yet John Dramani Mahama be and starting doom so. I'm sure by now what to say Kufuor time could doom so by. I'm sure by now what to say Fly Lieutenant General John Rawlings time doom so by. And I'm sure you know, maybe you lived it. In John Dramani Mahama's one time, I'll buy, doom so a reason ugly head. But we also remember that John Dramani Mahama went to Parliament. Was it in 2015? I've forgotten the particular year. I think 2015. I'm a catcher Ghana through Parliament say he acknowledges the challenger Doomso Edemo Mine, but he will fix it. Sabre not the problem of Ghana's energy or Ghana's energy crisis had to do with generational capacity. Generational capacity is say any padom noa na ehian kanea no any findi nyuma no na ehian kanea no na one does sing in kanea no se ne betimi asom yen. When we say your install capacity, you're in a region of 5,000 megawatts. Your peak demand period, you're in a region of 4,000 megawatts, if not slightly over. 80, most of the time, be an transformer be one to chimani idea. 80 a toda unya challenge with additions in terms of megawatts, because then even if so peak period cry say 4,000. Na so transformers ni bebre ho ati chima na instead of 4,000 ubenya say 3,900. Certainly you must ration 100. But when I make out here eti President Mahama bae and the Ama Kofi Boa and the Kwabena Donko then under John Jinapo, they decided say they will fix the problem. They made arrangement with this car power. Amerideal. Now America the name one say Ameria went time to negotiation and there's some 510 million Ghana cedis. The same MPP be can say NDC for ya for now they have short-changed the country. Then NDC left power. So I was say under John Mahama Amerideal no more. So by an essence culture, they rather paradoxically or ironically went and renegotiate. I'm calling renegotiate Ameri. Are there 510 million and the board then? One page them from 510 million to 1.2 billion dollars. I'm talking about a kleptocratic leadership. Hey, baby, DSO. But that's just by the way. IPPs are President Mahama and when we engage here making sure say Nyane ye a minor long-standing problem which had to do with generational capacity. President Mahama making sure say we overcome it. Now overcome it, I say you benya excess capacity. Not only and yet me BT challenge no. Say saying and found in Kania ni padome wa Ghana here. And found and Kania in fidi nyuma hodu wa Ghana here. Ye betimi anya broso amebiaka. Ame ye shase kura say Ghana ebosi. MPP took over and said, in fact, at the time no ye excess capacity no. Before MPP came, Omo ka say and ye excess capacity and ye the bed then and faso bia no so ama pani bia adwuma hunu say sabi power no ye ton na ye will bring countries. You bet me a ton ma Burkina. You bet me a ton ma Ivory Coast. When MPP came to power, they started doing same because now NDC asserted the agenda already. It's a failure. Problem wa Haiti Rawlings. Problem a Haiti Kufuor. Problem a Haiti John Mahama one. It's been solved by John Dramani Mahama. And me Bowura John Jinapodin because as at that time he was an engine of growth in that very arena as Deputy Minister of Power. But when I make out here, Mami no free one. Na remember why I think John Jinapo and his team must be commended. Akosombo enclave no. Enche and Yebekaya. Ejabrani bito. The whole installation was ravaged by fire. And don't forget, a home kwama about 1,020 megawatts. 1,020 megawatts. Ninyinashi. All the major 6 units and area juma on stream all went dead. It became practically difficult. So enkania na ese jinaso no. Ebeko so jinaso. And sabi onto see adi hwehwemu no baba to dwa no. Ebi enim ho maache. Media ubisa me ahwa meka se MPP na she no. But me evidence inti. O de fa no se mankasa. Eti enkwoti se committee report baba bonte no. Indeed, ye behunu ne o she no. Sa 1,020 megawatts in Ansah Ukwajo. It sits on the Pong water project as well. So 300 extra megawatts was also lost to that effect. So you are talking about 1,320 megawatts. Young Kabian Shemua, we lost it in a twinkle of an eye. If you were a minister in charge of energy, I am telling you, say, one here, wow, Umeka Sobe resign because a bit broso. Because already, you are working with 40 transformers. Until this government took power, there were a lot of transformers and you're obsolete. These are transformers that may have served even the Fourth Republic. It be a debate 30 years. In fact, taking the Yellow Credit, debate 22 years. In one of the transformers, so of course, this was something difficult that we had to grapple with as a country. It was more transformers in yet. Battle kakra, handword kakra. Afei, not 1,320 megawatts when it does so from Akosombono and no wash overnight. Let me tell you. It takes a strong leader like John Jinapo, John Dramani Mahama to fix some of these things. I am yet to hear anywhere in the world, sir, Obia Luzu such magnitude of power and have been able to fix it within a space of 1 week. I'm able to hear across the world. What is probably impossible and maybe John Jinapo has made it possible. And President Mahama Tepia, okay, he confirmed. So within 2 days, now 6 of the major units now a supply power from Akosomboa because of the fire, no? Or if like Inferno, no, 3 of them were back on stream, thanks to John Jinapo. And a day later, if not 2, now another one, because 4 back on stream, thanks to John Jinapo. As I'm speaking with you, I can confirm to you, sir, power is almost stable in our country, thanks to John Jinapo. And I say, you don't need to know people before you can commend them. Because Abra Yasha said, doom light, Ya say, mo bo John Jinapo echi. Say, John Jinapo timejina within a space of 1 week, if not 2. Yankasi Bibia, okay. But largely, see, solve about 90% of the issue. I am saying, sir, the same maths that crucified John Jinapo must be the same math that must commend and praise John Jinapo and his team for this hard work. And look, Greek of one technical man, Yabumabaso. Much less say what a white man can do, people can do. Because yet me more only Ora John Jinapo Basua, technical team, no Sonjo Masamba. You guys have done so well. And the technical men at the Ministry of Energy or Ministry of Power and Green Transition, wherever. Munina your boy and Samamo. and some mobile kind of Kwame. Say na nkane ani dundum rough no. Asesa oh be honest. Me nkase ye num kane a man kasa. But I'm saying say na ye dum kane basa no asesa. And abusia even if say you fix it akosombo ni wi a ana ya fix ya wi me pese mo ti ase say nkane no baby wo ho no bedum ye nya santi ase because ye transformers ni bebraya dada. Let me tell you. Kwame, adie na e wo fia ya plug ya. Ya plug you was your friend saying. Ebi wa. What is the name? You plug in your mouse no, friend say. Extension board, Kwame. Kwame, so extension board. Na say extension board no. Na ho aye no efa with TV. Eno fridge pa. When said that, what the iron, but plug it the same extension board no. Ubenya low current. Kwajo, we who hear so be call Kwame technical school ni bi answer no we. Ubenya low current. So what you do as Obia, say at least, Okon kind say, you either add another extension and plug the iron somewhere. And I say, Umama expand the extension no, to be able to accommodate the megawatts and a kilowatt extension board no everything contain. It's the same with our power supply. Transformers ni bi wo hono mo a ye di si hono mo no ne nipa e ka say ye dum gusa grid no so transformer no so no say 1,000 people e bi America say kwam na in industry say what area ho e 2. So the transformer could occupy, say, in 1992. I think the word I wanted to use is contain, rather. Forgive me. The transformer could contain, maybe somewhere in 1992. Kwame, even in 1996, the transformer could contain. The same transformer today, in 2026, you know. Any panu anomia 1,000 na omgusa transformer no so no. A community no develop here say nipa na better than 5,000. Industries too e wo no no. Be crown public industries trabeka industries na 5. So it is obvious to say that transformer cannot contain the number e was wo. It will ya den obesha say nya dum so because the transformer will start developing a problem. To when your low current power ni baby be off. Enu ti John Jinapo say see a person assume Ghana 4 years there. And this major transformer saying Yedumano, President Muhammad Daruma, and fantastic finance minister, Ato Force Yenti was signing the Papam Adaruma. You're releasing funds. It's about 3,000 transformers. You're across the country. And what I make at Ghana for say, Yatima fix a cushion where we are not interested in one. Be once in a while, you better do light. Because transformer now 120 years no. Yes, the other soon we. Who will do this if not John Jinapo? And I we are kwam. Baby honorable John Jinapo will be ano. Ya bonabaso. Senior J2. But unu Joma. Kaja say O2 any team. Yes one Jini 2. Wati anim. Wati andisi anim. Wati Joma hamanim. Now most importantly, nipa dom ready to minima no ye from Ghana for no, including floating voters, because you be no when this or to abama mahama obu okro onye this ni but to mahama san microphone nyina John Jinapo what womanim na e ba technical man no de John I hear na wabo my boss secret because omaya de pa Kwame. That is just by the way ma yentie this first tip na mejina wedding komo but o mame owura ba me ya it is say SDA4 ko di wona fashion is it 30th anniversary or so. Kwame, how many years anniversary? 40 years. SDA one na ya ma owura ba me akwan say owura ba me o ye former vice president. Apart from that also when you are president abedi eti nyankopon krofo ya aboabo anu ni be kanya sasem kyerɛw na ba me akanya sasem pa boni ntie
Me bano umuma me message. Nkrofo bi ma me message say me ba na me hu no a me kan kire no say omo hwehwe no. Na koko epiafo omo say me kan kire no say omo di omo ka. Cashew epiafo omo se men kan kire ase do ketia se omo di omo ka ebro ekwa ekwiafo omo se men kan kire ne se omo di omo ka ena soybean ekwiafo se men kan kire omo se omo di omo ka mmabunu se omo train 24 hour economy no 133 no omo benya ejuma no omo di omo ka na Ghana for nyina se men kan kire ne se dumso no amudi ababiom no omudi yenka bebre me ba no omuma me message nkrofo bi ma me message se me ba na me hu no a men kan kire no se omo hwehwe no na koko epiafo omo se men kan kire ne se omudi omo ka
Eshe no sebi enye John Muhammad na kope jatu and even at that ya solve it tini oka no nya no kre number 2 I say koko fo say John Muhammad do mka na ni oka odi e ka kra yi enye no koto ne koko mi etua ne ka o se wo John Muhammad wa yade kwa mu ni sa tape no ho ya ba wo sa tapes no kwa mu nim ye papa ne kasa wi a me ne chema se do nkiti akasa ya na se papa nka mesrawo me yakweda yi me nkoka na yakase otu ano no papa wo bibi kakra ka kire Dr. Bamia e wo the same place ade asori fu ehia kwame ye kan kwaji asem oso paso be di president na yesi owura empanyifo na gu hoyi edom na gu hoyi we kura ni omun kan nsem we beto makoma so ensem owura Bamia kan ni o message no de ye ka and someone owura Bamia eti me ba choma mame owura se do nketia the chairman general
ye ni muse ba bibia ene ana ejiamu bia wo ni botae eju bia monte na oyonko kobo bantimi amono wabo pasa na ba anyone libre ebesi wo yere so wo jaade a ẹ ní kwasua ẹnu tí mi di àná yẹ bẹ sira aṣọ ẹnu sẹ nínú ẹnu máa wọn máa di ká bá wọn pèsè wọn mú dání asọrí ń ṣí ẹmú ṣe ẹdí yá àmàlùsẹ nù mo máa ń fa yẹ náà mo ń fa ọmọ bọ ní ẹnṣẹ rẹ. Maranatha. Maranatha. Maranatha.
Odi begu hoi ni wura fi say asore to na hia it kwa me sra mo kwa mo koto dwane mu a na ma bompai because it doesn't make sense. And Kwame, let's split the issues. Ye ka so video bi ka owura Bamia ana na the nurses for ka ba choma me sa video no me say this time mamon tra on ma MPP for kan bibi MPP ni kasem na otra ho 1 minute oba dane no kore oba when ni betani agina so ato aba. So whatever untruth they will spew, you must dispel it. Etra say I am a catch this for say I am on forget to say ana ne oka asem no sabi wo your hene ne oka asem no sabi wo your software ne oka asem no odi.
So we have to put people who think in terms of impossibilities. We think in terms of possibilities. When my opponent was in government, he abolished the nursing training allowances. And we said, we will restore the nursing training allowances. And we have restored the nursing training allowances. Can you trust my opponent with nursing training allowances? You cannot. Ubodi, Nawabo school. Then you ask your question. Then we go 4 questions. And His Excellency is ready to answer all your questions.
My name is Abdulalim Jaria, a nursing student from Techima Nkobo NMTC. The question I want to ask is, when are we getting Alawa? Since I started my school, since first year, I've not gotten Alawa until now, and I'm in my last semester now. And some of us are not being able to pay our school fees. Next week, like this, we'll be writing our exams. Those who will not be able to pay their fees will be sacked. They wouldn't be allowed to write exams. So if the Alawa were given to us, they would have been able to pay their fees. So my question is, when are we getting Alawa?
Thank you. Question
Biaka, later me bought up with a rubber me say Muhammad didn't Crawforka, which is not even true. Cocoa issues, we have time and explain. Because the prevailing rate of exchange rate as at time where MPP this one 17 cities, so for F4B price now koto cocoa no now the multiply 17 cities sekana benyano also divided by 16 because a ton at the international market is 16 bucks na benya kwame when you say calculation you realize say even how much a year to a forecast is here it's more than that and until and uko Cote d'Ivoire Ghana cocoa 2 Cote d'Ivoire dia bako etene bebre person ko small go free Cote d'Ivoire no betwa sanya nka Cote d'Ivoire of all countries and come there no nebo enya fonse Ghana na so kwame it doesn't make sense it will rub me and edin crofo kan ti ya kai MPP ni aka rub me say Mohammed deka una deka ya ka obi odeka domestic debt exchange program muna mo deka ekum Kama Conference Center papa no o rub me and eku no because you were the chairman of the economic management team of MPP of the government of the day. Under your watch, under your leadership as Ura Bamia, and I'm a Kenoforiata, sense Munina. So Obi a Wakum Crawford, who bet me about Becase, Muhammad, or the cabin. What the cabin, do you know the people that died as a result of that nonsense domestic debt exchange program in the first time, Kwame? In our history, Yanyamrewa, Emrewa, Etempentenkwa, on the street, your yetre, and Kwakra, Omuji, Newo, Omumusika, because of your wickedness. Matirimo Dinti, Samri were including a former Chief Justice, Sophia Akufo, Munyan and Nam, because Maju Musika Mumpes with my mom. And then, in the history of Ghana, you have so many finance ministers. Monkwamu finance minister, also a Kwaburu, Oma, Adaya, or Yobi Maya and Emai. Naka o my dear, oya danger ho. So what Orabamia is saying is never true. It's never true. Kwame, yansan kwonkwo tie Orabamia bim. Give me the tape again. Live on Accra 100.5 FM Citizen Show banner.
Nursing training allowances, and we have restored the nursing training allowances. Can you trust my opponent with nursing training allowances? You cannot. Ubodi, Nawabo school. Then you ask your question. Then we go 4 questions, and His Excellency is ready to answer all your questions.
My name is Abdulalim Jaria, a nursing student from Techima Nkobo NMTC. The question I want to ask is, when are we getting Alawa? Since I started my school, since first year, I've not gotten Alawa until now, and I'm in my last semester now. And some of us are not being able to pay our school fees. Next week, like this, we'll be writing our exams. Those who will not be able to pay their fees will be sacked, they wouldn't be allowed to write exams. So if the alawa were given to us, they would have been able to pay their fees. So my question is, when are we getting alawa?
Thank you. Question Thank you very much. Your Excellency, these are the questions from the youth of Bono East region. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those questions. I think the first question had to do with when we are getting alawa for our this thing. So I think that is a question I will take to the Ministry of Finance. I wasn't sure of where you were with your alawa, but I think that I will check with the Ministry of Finance immediately I return, and I will make sure that they pay you your alawa if it has not been paid. I will push it. I'll push it for you. So we have to follow people who have vision. We don't have to follow people who think in terms of impossibilities. We think in terms of possibilities.
Hey, we see a piala way. Ave, you be a question. Also, you make sure I'm telling you, say MPP they thrive on lies. MPP, I dear mom yeke say and tro. MPP ni, so when cantra, no yare. Yes, I'm telling you, it's in their DNA. Because it doesn't make sense. Well, ora, ba mi ense mi a okafa mahama yi. Opa ye di ubehua ombesa sia kagum na ba beda no kre. Owura mahama sebi ono kura ba ye no mumu ka mu gya ho no ana wa hya sepia. Mu ka mu gya ho no ana owura ba amia. Me ka wo say owura mahama ahya sepia. If you ka obi ode ka ba ko no ma ba kire no. Mo de ka, and I used domestic debt exchange program because ya sa papa na wo kama no wu ye no. And Kwame, when Mr. Papanika said there were a lot of people who died, hey, look, let's give them evidence. Kwajo, agori di ni atebisa. Pa video no tum. Na ye magana fo hunu say, enya agro na ye di. Ye kire nkrofo dodo a owura ba me amukum ye. Karma Conference Center is one of the people that were killed by the former vice president. Ye be bought through their domestic debt exchange program. Kwajo, ye tawari wa kwaji bribe na ye fast, ye ni abro kroma.
I am a pensioner, and all my money, I must confess, I know I'm on air. The money that I saved to take care of my pension time has been taken over by the banking cleanup. So I don't have my money to support such a wonderful book. And if I tell you how much that I saved for over 30 years to take care of my position now, you weep for me. And I get nervous. How at my age to picket as Minister of Finance? Because the legitimate money that I made has been taken over and I'm not being paid. Meanwhile, it's gone to Parliament within the budget that they are paying us. They have been paid. About 800 of my people have died. Others have got stroke. And when we meet, we see a lot of our people in wheelchairs. That's what the government wants us to be. That's what you want me to be. My right-hand side of my mind told me that save, continue to save towards the future. Now, I cannot even afford 1,000 cedis to buy this wonderful book. I'm the chairman, so I'm forced to buy it. How do I buy? So before coming here, I went to SNET. And you know what the digitalization is doing to us? At 70, at your birthday, if you don't come to confirm or validate your existence through the bio, the computer will stop paying you. Meanwhile, I'm a 3rd January 1950 born, 3rd January. So January has passed, February has passed, they've stopped paying my pension. So, Prof, I had to rush to Senate office today to tell them that I'm still alive. Oh. So they said, okay, put your left 4 fingers there, 5 of your 4 fingers of your right, your other thumb, and they said, now you are through. You'll be paid. And how much is it? And I'm prepared to cough out of this little pension 3,000 cedis to this book. I think I need a better round of applause. I am a pensioner. And all my money, I must confess, I know I'm on air. The money that I saved to take care of my pension time has been taken over by the banking cleanup. So I don't have my money to support such a wonderful book. And if I tell you how much that I saved for over 30 years to take care of my position now, you weep for me. And I get nervous. How at my age to picket as Minister of Finance? Because the legitimate money that I made has been taken over and I'm not being paid. Meanwhile, it's gone to Parliament within the budget that they are paying us. They have been paid. About 800 of my people have died. Others have got stroke. And when we meet, we see a lot of our people in wheelchairs. That's what the government wants us to be. That's what you want me to be. My right hand side of my mind told me that save.
I don't know you're near my document, but I can challenge my father here, even in his grave, just to please his ears. Said there were more. Only that he had access to those that were documented. Such a man brimming with life. The same person who papa we age na baby ka say Owura Muhammad deka. Won Bobie a odeka. Agbogbolosifo say Owura Bamia odom ka toilet. Fashion me enko.
Enti ye ba ha no ye be si toilets amamo. Ye be si toilets. In all ye be si 8-unit toilets, 4 8-unit toilets, 32 toilets in all. Enti ye ba ha no ye be si toilets amamo. Ye be si toilets. In all ye be si 8-unit toilets, 4 8-unit toilets, 32 toilets in all. Enti ye ba ha no ye be si toilets amamo. Ye be si toilets. In all ye be si 8-unit toilets, 4 8-unit toilets, 32 toilets in all. Enti ye ba ha no ye be si toilets amamo. Ye be si toilets. In all ye be si 8-unit toilets, 4
Aja woka horum ko ka se Owura Muhammad deka Muhammad deka papa yo de me ka ba ye koto ne koko wa hunu si etua ne ka wa hunu si etua mu ka sankrofo a wo kan nurses for recently unum say acclaim ya ye etua mu nyina. I am not saying say I had an heaven David because I buy ne kura younger than 2 years, but I'm saying say near Muhammad in 1 year 5 months a does say near mo year no 8 years. Eti Owura Bamia mum and na Bamia kraso the Cape Coast for kwam say okaso besi dem also besi dem
no okaso besi airport
Owura Bamia de kwam kwame we are sure okaso on the Cape Coast for
yes odomoka
airport
yeah but some friend say ye nche Bamia say odomoka
na onum say enye won na na Akufo no so kwaka say enye no kure no
yes it we no Bamia de Cape Coast for now talking about the agbogbulochi we know.
Yes.
Se see na agbogbulochi fa frɛ. Unzo mo frɛ na ma ye.
Say
yen kai ba o mi say.
Yes.
For the 30 we na also be see no.
Or the kai.
Am so dia say ti ba o mi agbogbulochi for say we dey almost real padarma. No also be see toilet. Na wa say edware. Cause o say udidi a So Nana Uzo did your
also Obeja in your Benny, Obeja online.
Obeja, Kafra.
Oh, the radio so.
Kafra.
Kwame.
Kafra. Sina Kafra.
As I'm not
Kafra.
That's what Pancho.
Me Pancho.
Open what you're saying. Okay, saying.
So say mention san say. Baomiase obesi toilet.
There be andu obeti miaka.
Ba say obesi then. Oh, then I now correct me.
Okay, them correct.
Oh, is our but agbogbochi for say baomia di omoka toilet.
So like
but enoka no unso san can bium can say o si wi obese si ejare.
Say osu uja na wi abejare enya sa. Say uja na wi a obejare enya sa.
Nti eno so baomia ede sa hodeka. So I think say a car baomia de de nana e dosu yi pa. Baomia de ka. Nti sa ka ni nyina no si na onim say so otua ni nyina ansa na 2028 aba.
Yes, otua.
So because no say when tua, how would the ordinary Ghanaians a bit my trust and say obey adwuma die de ama so owini a. Nana nti we no ye doubt to pass say baomia betimi etua sa ka we. Because with the economy management team in the crown, omo etimi anye hwe. Eti baomia we de agbogbochi for say odi omoka. Airport our castle bakusi wo Cape Coast opposite odi omoka. DDEP ona oye chairman of the economy management team no. Almost say odi DDEP for na say odi omoka. Because now looking at NIPA 800 and no prior omo ya document omo. We see Kenya nana we DDP ni sin Kenya Gold Coast Fund Management senior omo nya stroke omo bubu da ho omo yare omo ntimi nko omo nyina aba omi ade omoka
obetua so.
Oh yeah, sure obetimi.
Kwame,
senior
me pese me bought tape yi. Manya tape ya through Moamu production moye. And it's a tape aye onyame nipa na ekasa.
Yeah.
Na Kwame, me pese me bought obuame won. Momo tape no nwie. Mu wia na maka bibi. Otena na maye Bank of Ghana adwuma no.
Yeah.
Na Kwame, ansa na ebobo tape no. Me pese etiefo na hwefo hunu say John Mahama is not above criticisms. Me John Mahama me criticize no. Papa. Basabi oya de na Kwame. Dana me papa be kan say a bar contract rules na on de ne say wa soro ni aye kwan no. It say MPP said man kan say papa we dey there be. Yes, me can say papa there be omo ebua wo no. You should learn to raise them because build them. Because them. Yes, I mean journalists for no because of Mr. McIntyre can currently to me. Me say President Mahama said appointment beba on no betimi aka say my appointment meaning pa but no say me can currently papa because at the end of the day party ne call opposition President Mahama pen way. Say party no power and na pen be adwuma. It is a party ne betimi atena power. E no kra ye be ka kire ho. I disagreed with my father on that one. So Kwame, the point I'm making is say obi in case men criticize John Mahama. John Mahama is never bigger than the laws or criticisms. But I'm saying, say, criticize constructively and truthfully. And ma obi nyana adwene so yourself for. So you hide behind the curtains of religion. No, I said I could criticize the agenda because a bag and a phone car or yourself for penny tea. Young kwada ukuruma.
More fire.
Yenim and someone o can sebi a normal criticisms.
Yes.
O kasasa granani.
And I politics.
So we politics. You know bear politics.
So I don't know.
Where someone make because look,
let's draw the line. When is politics?
When is politics?
Yes.
My more being you say,
but when
so fun criticize.
But when you are preaching the gospel, fair deal.
The point I'm making is that you can even preach the gospel. Using Ghana.
Yes.
And your man call Ghana, we also for so can be.
Yes,
but young koda, we can read between the lines.
When you are moving the line with the political way now, we will see say
and like this man of God, maybe and interestingly, I am told that Papa will Assemblies of God. President Mahama Kwasoro.
Oko Assemblies of God.
I'm shocked.
Oh no, no. So Obiane ne branch. Obiane ne so.
No. If I mean, because President Mahama call Assemblies of God, Assemblies of God should always favor him. But I am saying, say, Assemblies of God. Hey, mami tape no. And maybe Ovia, come, na makasa, and this ifunti. This is power. You must guard it jealously. I'm telling you. Once back when you see I said, me and cat, for Francia, sorry. If we don't stand up and stop some of these things,
every
time will come every Sunday.
Every Sunday, be
you some puppet.
Yes. Of course, yeah.
Meanwhile, the same pastors were there when Akufo-Addo was president for 8 years. They were quiet. You have suddenly found your Lord's voices. They will
laugh at you. If you don't go to pray, bribe, you will not get government contract. This is the world. This is the reality of the world. Let me veer off a little. I became so worried last week that we are being told policy rate has come down. Interest rate has come down. Now, if you put your 1,000 cedis in government treasury bill, at the end of the year, 365 days, the interest we'll get is 50 pesos. Yeah, that is what is happening. They say it's good for the economy. Really? But everything is increasing. So why are they just giving us figures? Or lying to us? I mean, let's be real. If the figures you are giving is not reflecting in our pocket, you are lying to us. Somebody say, I hear you. Listen, I pray for this nation a lot. A bag of sachet water. We used to buy 9 cedis. Recently, I was going to buy it. They said they have increased it to 12 cedis. So what is the essence of the interest rate going down? What is the essence of the dollar stability? I mean, how? Somebody writes.
But Kwame, I wish you could get a finance expert. Is it true? Say, Oko invested 1,000 cedis in treasure bill. The whole year, we 50 pesos. Is it true? Finance for Mwame, is it true? If it's not true, then also for you are lying. And when men can't tell Assemblies of God, it's no mame meka because entron a witcher. If it's not true, then also for you are lying. You are doing clear politics. You are doing clear politics. Oh yeah, the Agu Mahama ni mwase. Now when say John Mahama oh no. Inflation rate when but see in any case in 2024 inflation John Mahama be fire na 23.5%. 23.5%. And you know say as a last month ending inflation 3.2%. And you know say referencing rates, policy rates, lending rates above from Mama affected a year in terms of interest rate and you know cre. Na say no kra nia osofo tire say e bia na no kre ana no kre but okọ grounds and reflect osofo bisa wo wife say Akufo-Addo time okoto oil ku 4 gallon na say John Mahama time say na about 1,200 cedis and na under John Mahama about 500 Ghana cedis. Osofo akwa Assemblies of God yabo tapes say bisa you say as at Akufo-Addo time no kokoto a bro baga na saying no over 1,000 Ghana cedis. As I'm speaking to you, 500 Ghana cedis. So what kind of reflection again do you want to see? Halving the cost of Enyema Mutono and your reflection enough? Come and your reflection enough? A baga near 20,000. Come and no 400 cedis. Ubenyabi reflection baby you must have. Why are we hypocrites in this country like that? And because Samuka can Ghana for Abakasi, whether you're so for and Kanasem, now Gusu can troko, yan stop you are preaching next Sunday. Or so for we are saying, send Troy and Trebium because we not allow you to proceed. I respect men of God. I will always respect men of God. What I do not respect is untruth. And nothing the Radisuma Meba says so. What's the Meba? She to me and him ne can correct now. She to me and him ne can correct now. Like I'm saying, Kwam, President Mahama Remova. President Mahama Sabi, or yen papa, or I am a blood father. But Sabi, Osha Juma Papa no Yanua, we must protect that legacy. And this is for Mama you say bia, Oko can be bia, and a bear sorry. Look, what they can use the puppet to do against you, have no idea. We have men of God are only a journey. Men of God are Omuka in MPP time. It's Omuka in this time, there's no problem. But I say, we have men of God like that. And I don't have a challenge if men of God criticize. Look, they are citizens of the land. They are Ghanaians. They pay taxes. But, and as a journalist, what's the Kwame? I should let it pass? Oh, Kwame, is it true, say, with 1,000 cities, at treasure biller, the whole year, 50 pesos, and that is what the man of God is alleging. And if it's true, then we tell him so. The software is right. Probably I'm confirm me. More Facebook so is it true? Is it true? And some of these things, yeah, can. And this is fun woman. And so I'm sorry, no more no crano, no more defending, some defense. Most of my party, Brian San Yaba power. Master, some of my Brian Mubia Breo. If Sabi Mubiana, position enough for Fomonamu Refimo, may come Brian Breyer, may come how the grassroots suffered before we came to power. If Obi or not this one where did the patch, it's the party in the co-position, and yeah, look, there are a lot of grassroots sabi, they want job opportunities. Omunya, MPP band, they will never have opportunity on the and these are people we must safeguard their interest. And in some business here, we rise against it. And yes, sir, Ebeka Kra Sabi, or was sorry muti and commerce. Ubuna Pentecost Ashasi. O wasori muti yen ka onsem obuhuna me ama sori siesi ahase o wasori muti yen komasem na presbytery abeka ho na when the church becomes hostile to you e ho na mbehu smoothness level because the numbers they command e ho na mbehu smoothness level and same be same bana enya no kura you confront it because sesania osofu ye kan Kwame, check mami, ebia non Assemblies of God. No be able to catch me so on Assemblies of God. Check mami, please. Ebia non Assemblies of God. Na man fo mu dia become maka. We say oh Assemblies of God. They be kura na on Assemblies of God. Please check for me. But I know so your software. Won check mami yi. No Assemblies of God near. Me empa Assemblies of God for chew. But the point I am making in say software beka say inflation rate ni reflect grounds. Enye no correct. Abusia yanka no krenchire ho se muko di dwa o marketer mesra mo akufa the time in 2024 prices of goods and services is it the same now? Kwame na yen ton petrol 23 cedis a liter and now koto petrol 23 cedis Kwame a liter of petrol 23 cedis akufa the time me yen ton 23 cedis adena we want to hide behind the pulpit because yenim say you can be because you holy. So we will not look. Even the Bible says judge prophecies. Or trading upon say a D yempo ever behind the pulpit was it judge it with the word of the Lord. So NDC must stand and rise in togetherness. We must stand and rise in unity. We should not disrespect the church. I never said we should disrespect the church. I never said that. But when you're so full, when you're doing what can some nanya no cre, no teams of the good part in this one, we should not allow that to slide. Because when you're so full, what can we back say no cre, ni jai, and some truth are repeated lies. And then no cre be brohon mo yen tura, you trap da ho, I'm an ascent no, I'm a no crene. You don't do that. You don't use the puppet for some of these things. Look, criticize Mahama. Say bia. So for can say bia. These doomsday related issues. What they are say? And bia. All give you good reference based on this. Ebia mon fix it light because it affecting I was sorry. A genuine concern. So for can say bia. What is on the high side now? Maybe or this AI by artificial intelligence when we use or pottery. Kwame, a war no any challenges. No can so clear Nema. These are the challenges. And President Mahama, I say you are not doing well in that regard. I genuine. But who name say and a brobo tobo for saying a kufa time. Now okay say inflation reflects also for uchantro. Uchantro. And also for nyesa. Also for nyesa. Uchantro. You are lying to your congregation and you are lying to the good people of this country. And we don't do that as a man of God. May you imagine say, me can was because of the NDC for the year Mary Wusinti. I decided not to talk about it because me can create one me am crop farm Jimmy. NDC for the year Becca will here. Yes. Yes. And people come together and save their own. NDC for the year Mamas here because heaven only be through first. In check no mu do mani position. You can no kura no. Omo person beti. Masa, wo bi anko position bi mo. I am some mo kondo position mo konne mo kotena ye tra for 10 years. Ti mo ba ya madie ya monyama die yi. Na ye ma ye ni nko grassroots no ho. Let's consolidate our grounds. Ye mpa bibi mo nya our grassroots ho. No mo so ani nje. Ye tra power for 10 years. Omo mo bi en tran ma en tronoma be dano no krabia okrom ha. ATS agwa ne ya brand akufado. Na so for no way. ATS agwa ne ya brand akufado. Na hemfo no way. ATS agwa ne ya brand akufado. Where was the business community? ATS agwa ne ya brand akufado. Sabi imams akase no way. I am not saying say bi ankasa ebi kasai. People like Prophet Naje against mu kasai. Beduko bi mu kasai. Jesus ahofe akwasi apia mu kasai. We had men of God, sorry, yeah, kind of to me. Catholic conference, ye demonstration. And then, say Catholic conference, a demonstration on Galamsey Mediatum. Because I could for the time, Catholic has often acquired demonstration. Is it because of Galamsey? I think so. So if today, Catholic conference can some demonstration, Mahama, I will salute them. Because in Akufado's time, they did Galamsey. So such people, no politics from here. And how but not when people were silent in Akufado's time, 8 years, Obiankasa, John Mahama betrayal because or no, Omun say, oh yeah, Boko Intino, Yabeka Fanaso, Massa, yet Trasema, me papa no diplomatic, me diplomatic. To me papa no Beka say, oh, me papa mo me diplomatic, John Mahama, Chief of Staff, Julius Zebra. These two fathers of mine, Omun Pom Wasem, Omu very diplomatic. Unfortunately, Omu Mama wo yen so diplomatic. Answer kwe DNA. Kwame, what am kind of? Mr. President Mahama and Chief Julius Zebra. I'm a very diplomatic people. I'm very humble. And so I'm a man of you're diplomatic. I say a pair of wasem. It's in the eye, the answer kwe DNA. Some money yankasa. That's just on the lighter note. But the point I am making is you can criticize the government. Look, John Mahama is not above criticism, and this is not above criticism. Miami Mukrami Papa John Mahama. So you can criticize. But so you are going to say, Opa say, Ufa a sorry in the pulpit. Now the agenda, you can be a mouse of Jai. Will not allow you to go on. I know they are telling you, Umfa, no bia, ya maunfa o kasok, no bia, no way, ya beka sano natural. Me, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I tell people, you don't need to be religious. You need to be spiritual. Yesu Christo, onim Christianity. Nyanko Pong, onim Islam, onim Buddhism, onim Shintoism, onim Hinduism. He knows about the kingdom. Nobody will go to heaven because he's a Christian or a Muslim. You are going to heaven because of your interpersonal relationship with the Creator. Timo biya for Christianity na Islam me hunu biya mesramo. Akom de wunu na man aduane dia na ye papa no. Bible say na munim say we na nyamesompa. Nyamesompa na sam behwe nyanka enwisia akunafo ne wom we ni bi. That is the greatest religion to mankind. Today go to the churches, go to the mosque. Go and see how poverty will welcome you immediately you enter. You go to some of the churches, big auditorium. Pastor shoe. Kesepa. Dressing no buakra. Anka pastor de faho. You can count thousands of poor souls in that church. Ukobiso Sofo no say his mandate is to preach salvation, not to take care of the needy. I salute churches, they take care of the needy, because not all churches are bad. I salute them. But there are some churches, they are interested in your one city. How the Bible are tight, but they don't know and are not interested in the work that bring that tight. I'm telling you. Then me catch them say, Shanka Sofo na beti ahwasia. Anka all these big churches, Kwame, or BNC even just one factory. Or they employ your own people to support government. ICGC, what's the one factory? CSC, one factory. Pentecost, one factory. Assemblies of God, one factory. Church of Christ, one factory. Anglican, one factory. Catholic, one factory. Archbishop Duncan Williams, one factory. Hayward Mills, one factory. Pires, Ajinasari, one factory. Can you imagine if all these big churches will be one factory? Abusia, Yanya Krebenya 100 factories. Unim the number of youth to employ. The only factory now, and for Obi church member, for Wawu youth, and Mabuno. And today, I saw not the Jessica who do a good banks. Anna, youth in Ebrewa, sorry. And so, yes, Christo only finance minister. Yes, Christo only bank accounts. I am not saying we should not give, but I'm saying that when you don't give to affect humanity, a nonsense giving. Every giving must affect the welfare of humanity, especially the poor and the vulnerable in society. So at a point, yes, we will say, come with within a chini. It will say, why in the word Diane, with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes, Jesus fed them. Because Jesus realized, say, and yet asam non kwa, you need to eat to be healthy before you can listen to the word. Today, and here for Jasoriafa, and yet it is written in the book of Acts. Bible say, now one tongue who japadia, no hieni ba kumponi asorinum. And if you read scripture, or say there were 5,000. 5,000, you know. Na chese member nkwa na yakan no yenkan man ka ho yenkan kwala nka ho in Bible. And if a member 5,000, you will know send them mad dogs to say member was sorry them ho. And there was none poor amongst them, because obi anka senia obone ye ne dia, they shared the little they had. Today or sofu V8 church member in so pa untimi ntrem oben nante for enya wo dia. Listen, sa no kure yenkan kire ho. Sanu kure Yesu be catch the Pharisees from Buffalo. Sanu kure Yesu be catch the Sadducees on Buffalo. Jesus spoke to the scribes who were the teachers of the law at the time. He called them the brood of vipers. He called them hypocrites. Nyatumfwa omunfa urade asemunya dwuma. Na bisa ho say adana bia ba ho and so urade so be sha temu na se efra sorry them. Because we are not doing what is right. Arena yati afaso mamra machi. Nyame kan say criticize Mahama, criticize Aben, criticize constructively. But o said that ye wadwene say, o kwasha sori atade, o kwas frantuma na ase ye koka Ghana for because I had the men ko sa emotional appeal no beka mesrawo. Ma catch say, ye papa no mo wo ye no, eye Jo Mahama ni Julius Debra they are diplomatic. Omo man nye diplomatic. Eti men nyama adwene se mo ba be sa de no munka nokure te se ne osofo yi kan enya nokure se wo marketer and we MPP ni kura can confirm, because MPP need to a liter of fuel 23 cedis and then a liter of petrol is saying it's enya nokure because 2022-2023 inflation go 54% and then 3.2%. It's in your osofo ne kan enya nokure. And now, because referencing rates, lending rate, any policy rate above from it affects the interest rate positively. No correct. It is only back when Kwabena Aqua Juma. It was when you're so it will also for Timam can crange now. And your software who preach we are here to be preached now. And na me. Kwame sample tape for the last. But software na tape. No software we or medium say or can sense me be under Kufa do time inflation go 54%. And before you play, let me tell NDC people, Mama money now. And your man work it in 2016. I say I'm sorry tiamo. Mama money now. Mama money now. Don't be holier than thou. Mama money now NDC for. Mama money now. Mama money now. Mama money now. Obi asamba se se ambaka na she. Na mu mpanyifo na ka obi asamba you expect people So kotisa boa no ebutu nua so a yen ka se sorry ne so ye ka se sorry yen so if se ofiri unua so de ba so e bia wo minister wasam ma yentia na se wasam abana would you want people to defend you? Think of it. O person na no to da come defend you. E bia wo DC, we MC, we mayor. E bia wo adwuma Jubi House, we penny kese pa. Wasam ma e bia wo chief executive officer. Obi nka asam mra. Nemo sabi esan ho atoro. Se wasam abana se na mu yi bi mu ma no. Mu pese yensu yi mu ma, ana pese defend them. Mu ndwene saade ho. Let's get together as a party. Obi criticizing na criticism no kura yemfa no asopam. Me se ne Catholic conference, Catholic Bishop conference, a demonstration. Say galam say the I will respect them. I will salute them because akufa the time Catholic Bishop conference a demonstration. It is just mahama aba and demonstration. Those are the kind of criticism I want. And yet also for Kodaya,
they will laugh at you. If you don't go to pray bribe, you will not get government contract. This is the world. This is the reality of the world. Let me veer off a little. I became so worried last week that we are being told policy rate has come down. They will laugh at you. If you don't go to pray bribe, you will not get government contract. This is the world. This is the reality of the world. Let me veer off a little. I became so worried last week that we are being told policy rate has come down. Interest rate has come down. Now, if you put your 1,000 cedis in government treasury bill, at the end of the year, 365 days, the interest we will get is 50 pesos. Yeah, that is what is happening. They say it's good for the economy. Really? But everything is increasing. So why are they just giving us figures or lying to us? I mean, let's be real. If the figures you are giving is not reflecting in our pocket, you are lying to us. Somebody say, I hear you. Listen, I pray for this nation a lot. A bag of sachet water. We used to buy 9 cedis. Recently, I was going to buy it. They said they have increased it to 12 cedis. So what is the essence of the interest rate going down? What is the essence of the dollar stability? I mean, how? Somebody rise up and say, I hear you. Let us be real. Let us be real. Slap a high five to somebody and say, let us be real. I became so worried. I was praying this night. I slept at 9:15. I got up at 12:15. I haven't slept.
I'm surprised.
Mom, say, increase almost 1 million. Almost 100 draw. Right? Say, you soon 9 CD, and then 12 CD. So just say, minim say, the church honomono, Sanomo Tona.
But my confirm me, Amame, Abia non Assemblies of God.
Oh, no, or Assemblies of God.
Branch bay.
Or Assemblies of God. We, my son,
they say, will be a baby, a baby will be a baby.
There will or Assemblies of God.
Because young confirm, be a mistake. Young Pomocho. So Assemblies of God.
They did the Reverend Alex Nkrumah. Assemblies of God. Yeah. So the
Reverend
church
Alex Nkrumah.
Yeah, the church that's Assemblies of God Church.
Assemblies of God Church.
Revival Restoration Center at Roman Ridge.
Why also the President Mahama
at baby a president called Roman Ridge.
Oko Assemblies of God.
Oh yeah. Oko Assemblies
Roman
of God.
Ridge is the branch of family. One say na okay say Pentecost for protect one hono.
Yes.
Until na President Mahama na ka we krampo no. Obi ka sen criticize it. And ka ba consider say. Ura na hokra no kwa.
Yes.
At least me can say men can.
Oh, but no, say, Nana, also for no right. criticize.
But also from Kanokre.
Yes.
What does it?
The angular.
Or finance.
Yeah, or finance.
But you full name here. But you mic this when the time you're ripe for you to but me pay clarification kakra. My mean read it where Dr. Julius Kweku Kata.
Yes, sir.
But FC near then, FC fellow near then.
Fellow chartered economist.
Oh, okay. Fellow chartered economist. Member, National Communications Team, NDC. Also economic consultant. Fantastic person in here. There have been some allegations here. I'm sorry if we are putting you on spot.
Yeah.
Say, according to one also for Alex then Kwame. But your moment pain. Moment pain. Or say
Alex Nkrumah.
Alex Nkrumah.
Paper. This one.
Kwame or branch ben. And then the money.
Roman Rich.
Oh, and a president is so quite away. President quite away. Roman Rich. Kwam, president quite away.
Roman Rich. Oko, Asemjo.
Branch in the haven. Roman Rich.
No, Rich.
Or no call Rich. And a Roman Rich never Rich different, but no.
Oh, Nimpro.
Hey,
oh, two. Roman Rich,
Echihano.
Baby, baby, I do okay for fan.
Oh, come until you be the chemical beja.
Oh, no,
because Omunim say, a man can't say
no, so on I out Tafa.
Made me boat the fan.
Yes, baby, traffic. Echo cry girls now.
I believe you left.
No, baby, who says traffic to cry girls? Baby, Yako fans.
Believe left.
Yeah,
believe no man left.
Tank Palace on the moon.
Tank Palace, they say all right.
Obama show.
Okay.
Maybe I offer.
Okay.
And just I'm going to follow baby too far. On time for
now follow me man for her. And Tibira. Also for say they say you know who invested 1,000 cedis for treasure bill the whole year 365 days you know 50 pesos. But you no cray. Also benya 50 pesos in Faso. If you invest all the 1,000 cedis quarter treasure bill say open Faso. But say by the end of the whole year no a 50 pesos per and a better so. Now, minimum say be a ubetimi I verify amaya and any budget because then two things annoy. Number one, or just economy no. And you're grounded, even though we claim say basic economic indicators no are in positive terms. And two, obi be a why not been say or the scabako to treasure bill. Also for nekas asam ya tape you dey tape no mamira
we bought tape.
They will laugh at you. If you don't go to pray bribe, you will not get government contract. This is the world. This is the reality of the world. Let me veer off a little. I became so worried last week that we are being told policy rate has come down. Interest rate has come down. Now, if you put your 1,000 cedis in government treasury bill, at the end of the year, 365 days, the interest we will get is 50 pesos. Yeah, that is what is happening. They say it's good for the economy. Really? But everything is increasing. So why are they just giving us figures or lying to us? I mean, let's be real. If the figures you are giving is not reflecting in our pocket, you are lying to us. Somebody say, I hear you. Listen, I pray for this nation a lot. They will laugh at you. If you don't go to pray bribe, you will not get government contract. This is the world. This is the reality of the world. Let me veer off a little. I became so worried last week that we are being told policy rate has come down. Interest rate has come down. Now, if you put your 1,000 cedis in government treasury bill, at the end of the year, 365 days, the interest we will get is 50 pesos. Yeah, that is what is happening. They say it's good for the economy. Really? But everything is increasing. So why are they just giving us figures or lying to us? I mean, let's be real. If the figures you are giving...
Oh yeah, I'm saying 10.1%. 10.1% on treasuries. You can also contribute otherwise, contrary otherwise. And it means, so what the 1,000 cities, HMOA, at the end of 365 days, international Kabori is here, Mahmoud himself. Senior, Ubenya 101 Ghana cities. So how will your software tell us, say, 50 pesos? Throwing dust in the eyes of people. Where you can because, yes, what your software. And the man is lying. Or your software, the man can't just The man is lying. Let me do some quick calls. Okay, you want to comment briefly, and I'm in the course,
No.
Okay.
Till sometimes when we say a true calculation, mathematics are it be a mistake, baby. They say so for way. When they talk about interest rate, doesn't know what goes into interest rate. Doesn't know the percentage calculation per quarter, per yearly. No. So these are the things that are happening in our society. Per se, correct through the media. May I hear calculation?
When you're buying,
wow. So we are treasury bill, simple arithmetic, interest rate on 1,000.
But sir,
if
it
is 90 days,
okay, if it's 90 days,
it's 50 Ghana cedis.
Okay, 50 cedis.
50 cedis.
90 days is how many? 3 months.
That's 90 days is 3 months.
So 3 months, create 50 cedis. Fine.
182 days.
Okay.
Is 69 Ghana cedis.
69 Ghana cedis. Okay.
365 days,
which is 1 year, and no can was
it's 100 Ghana cedis.
So you see, my production is right. 101 Ghana cedis. So why would also force say 50 pesos?
You see, so you can't say also for no omuka inquiry. I say we are intimidating them because now we can verify everything that you want to verify under this sound using technology. So that statement, he has to apologize to Ghanaians that arithmetically he is not good. Statistics-wise, he cannot be able to produce a figure which is incorrect. Thank you very much.
Thank you. National Chairman, we know the year said then the home come up because my best because you discuss as for.
No,
we just a brief on this.
Good afternoon to your listeners and viewers. I think the pastor gets one to be popular.
So just a quick one. Mr. Wayne Gobert here, National Chairman for PNC, and he doubles as Executive Secretary, Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana.
Yes, he gets one to be popular, and he's using his pulpit to mislead the public, just to be popular. And he's so clearly, I heard you say at least because Oye Assembly of God, Pastor, no, he should have considered, say, His Excellency the President is also a Assembly of God member. However, I think what I see clearly, I see that this pastor is also trying to create, he's drifting towards the New Patriotic Party. That's what I see clearly. And he's also using his platform to also become popular so that he will be their pastor. That's what I see. Because clearly, there's no way that 1,000 Ghana cedis will be invested for treasury bill to give you 50 pesos. It is not mathematically it's not correct. It's not true. We all see the rate, the interest rate is out there. It's a public known. It's not like the interest rate is there. It's not 1% interest.
1%.
And I'm saying it's not 1%. What you say?
Yes.
So and then number two, I heard you trying to know whether which branch he's talking about. If they say Roman Ridge,
yes.
You see when you are going towards the Tank Palace, you
Hotel.
drive towards that school.
Yes.
You are going towards Jolu.
Yes.
You are going towards Jolu.
Yes.
The church is around that area. That's where church. That's
Roman Ridge School.
Roman Ridge area there.
Yeah.
And then where the president attend is where the Assembly of God headquarters is. Guess the one around the ridge. The one around the GIJ, former GIJ road.
Unimark, yeah.
So that's the difference. That's the difference. So I think he gets one to be popular, and that's it. That's all.
Mahmoud Kabori, my brother, is here. Brah, we did a discussion, but we take a credit for Mama Mia. Say why a church catechism here as an elder. Na is near see Pamocho, yes, Remwa, who is super pet. Na yankas Mamma criticizing, but but you can go, Mike.
Nana, I'm more.
Chairman Penny for. Na Minchia Ghana for. Yes, this is the citizen show. You no doubt about that. Ordinarily, in a democratic dispensation or any dispensation alike, the church, and for that matter, clergy, shape societal morals. Now, all draw back down to leadership. We call them voices of conscience. As someone, many politicians, mean country, Rajo Mama, no. Or software, no sense, and Yamin was no any argument, I was able to me catch no, without fear or favor. It is our position, no, yes, say, Cabreno and Breno, no. You able to me to create that environment conducive enough for people to be able to criticize constructively. That notwithstanding, no, say, who misuse that privilege, you attract and invite a lot of discerning and even other side, no, be ordinarily anka. They will call you certain you need the home. It's a message. Say it's a rare privilege. You see, to whom much is given, much is expected. The price of freedom is responsibility. Inti penifon kasa, penifon criticize it. Penifon tine one way etwasa no. Nemum, it must be something that is backed by facts. It must be something that is easily verifiable by the people. It must be something in the people's interest. Any other thing, it's just why you're acquiring. Now, say, the obechere me kwano you're acquiring. Then it makes it difficult to know who is leading. As a view, different bed and son, no good different. It's an note to a ready a hombrasiemu. We acknowledge the work that ye clergy the one nation building. We respect them. We respect them, we adore them, and we are very grateful. In fact, is the work that they do. Until just for example purposes. Certain jurisdiction, but Sunday, so they help in bringing the nation together. But issues like this, now so with the facts now will be misleading. No,
what do you think?
Oh, maybe like a crab tea is all the 10 million to 50%.
Just for clarity.
Now, what is that? It is said that now one day be civilian need be any as of because I say and pay your moon consumer be a patch on. Oh, that be 1 minute in the Maya. Say, God, be Mamuno, Peninia, Quaraja, Sama, Aquano before. The other do Cassie penny for me patch on. No more medicine in the Maya because Sabe, Nanka also for the mood of the church members.
No more Jakra.
And you drop it, say, I said they were on my surprise.
Sorry.
Surprise.
I do wisdom. Oh, I do wisdom. Your best they should keep on with their constructive criticism, but it must be one that can be verified. It must be one that is backed by facts. It must be one that is in the public interest.
I was live on Accra 100.5 FM Citizen Show. The biggest political show in the Captain Beyond, undoubtedly. You're welcome to the show. But of course, my main chap Kwabena will be Ansah. I'm not surprised that Kwabena ma only member only team papa. Kwabena will be Ansah, baby away you may drew also we a Liverpool supporter. And United forever. Yet you yeah, strong smoothest level.
Eti ene ma hu kwam na Bobie Ansah me na me bo no fon from za. So when say me united forever. Man you. And then Michael Carrick by bibia de. The person ko fa no kra ma house of folk. And ain't even there. Eti bacho aya mo frɛ Bobie why? Na mo man shede. Na see the whole team there. Me the Ghana them all has and abroach so me war United.
Ghana they are you what called United?
They
what Tamale no?
There be team leading.
Tamale team.
Minim team na team be team be.
Huh?
Team be.
Team na yesi mama yara ko. From say RT United na friends. Team.
Ana zini as well. And foreigner. Foreigner.
Foreign Kelsey, the Blues.
The
Blues.
The Blues. Do you have any team outside?
No.
Local as well.
Local.
Have paper. Kotoko the same team. Never said tie until the bones are rotten.
Your bones are going to be rotten.
They say they had the Ubua quarter there. This is Mamma dear come to them. Even though I don't work alone, but I'm a Liverpool fan.
Okay.
I work with great men, but I'm not a Liverpool fan. I'm indigenous person.
Okay.
Tieni ekofa bonto dwarfs by.
Abusia dwarfs. Fantastic. Okay. Abusia dwarfs are better than Kotoko so. I mean it's another. But across the folk there Charlie, any size.
Until the bones
are rotting. Or see bones
rotting.
All right, so that's it. Make a cycle a better cause me, but this plan and make a crash. So
yes. But media mean can original itinerary no. Maybe no,
I need you around. I'm me audience like as I say.
Me feel say be distorting people in common by. Me dey be wura because me dey say me unu nenam. I don't know kusie pia wi anso anache say asem kase asi.
Nti be di say common. Then because of that, mema what say in free. But me tell for say na ka me be phone like.
Fantastic.
But me be point. Kwanyo say yeah more hwe. Nti enya 15 minutes no. You will be bebo. On farm to anymore. Who be sending via and son of Befa Pepper no him. Everybody, Zion Clinic. Okay, very well. The Abusian Zion me phone lines and money hamon or tonight, baby. Okay, Mahmoud to no feel on nothing.
Nana to the Nizemi, no, the decay. Yes, say, I know a domini pano in Shiraba. And now holding bomu I was it me shire nipa be na wotwe ni die am se nipa ba ko a man say ye kan anu dodo a kan semu a obedi first ye honorable John Abdullah Jinapo
sharp minister, fantastic minister.
Nana
and I know boss.
Nana we krom ha yes say a nation that doesn't recognize its heroes is not a nation worth dying for.
That's right.
See, media, Nana, media.
Incoming.
I always feel happy in a jurisdiction or in a regime where people nipa betima kanadwin obi enko bono puno kasa den na cancer. So when Ghanaians were criticizing, when Ghanaians were talking, na Ghana for tempting kwa because Ghanaian ni nyina so no Nana me. Even though I belong to the government, you know, I a certain ahotoso say for once nipa timi kana somewhere hanu obi nko hey. At the same time no na minim said the team that has been put together by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama no enye team omuye interested in titles and convoys and big speeches. They are a team that is committed to delivering. And then Mayembo Honorable John Abdullah Jinapo yembo na baso. Said ye buy ye nyina ka adanana ohwe obolo dzeme. Na mabeda bontin na mede me tawro e pamontonton because they more shit. It affects all of us. That's right. Nti ye kan ye kra bi wo a even though ni ye kan mo Ghana for no ye nim say eh bi kofi e godum no amen den. Because e kan ntini a na kato. Enti ne sa agrofo no a ye tu ya no si omo so no omo ye dwuma so ye dwuma pa nana o twa say ye bo maba so asem ba ye nim ECG ye nim gridco ye nim ayi ne ye de asoa minister e free no so ane da koso mampani the politics of it nemo solution ba yes yan ko dan ko hwe engineer no ono na ko connect wire no. Now we take the minister who was accused out of the glory. We take the president who was accused out of the glory. Yes, Nana Mijitum. Say whoever contributed to the solution at Akosomo needs to be commended. Mijitum. No, even the security man or needs to be commended. Mijitum. But he who the bus stops at also needs to be commended and needs to be credited for that solution. You krom ha no ye neto ya ye beti ni mampani namba bi o akoso moja tomu president mahama ni isi regional tour ne wo so kwa from place e kwa farmer service center ni chama wingo mu de ko bi ano e kwa cattle sword ne wo so kwa from place north e kwa hwe cattle ranching program bi omo yo ni nyina o twa mu si ye nkwa akoso mu ko say lighting issue tie
exactly
dinne ye can say all the problems in the energy sector has been fixed. That's what we're saying. But at least the na edimu akotene pa nti ana ye nya kanea nti ye nkwan say ye nya kanea nti ne ye da hyew ye nya kanea cost of ye mhyehyɛ mu ye nya kanea de sa ne neta tutututu ye nya kanea branche no ba bre saloon otumu ye nya kanea so bolo wura no antimi enkodwa ye nya kanea na affect obi one way or the other, and at least we have a certain stability.
That's right.
Obia ye na dwuma kakra. The akano ye systems that has become obsolete are stretched. And the power baso does na me banamitiu. Now fato honi is simple. Me ma ware me yire de me yire ne me baba akope. And ye did that sense as stream. And I me braja kwanya no watu kwa bruchire ne mafo. Ne yire baako nipa fafa beka busuan ho that sense as 3 aduan ebe me ye 80 days transformer no na ewo amasa man at the time population ho be 3,000 to 5,000 no that transformer cannot support amasa man population in
absolutely.
And over the years ask yourself in the last 8-9 years how much investment and about try money de ko ho no. Because President Mahama by then the main focus is to achieve your friend is say demand na here no generation capacity. We needed to achieve that at our peak level. Send na here, send na your war install capacity na saying install capacity at the highest point of efficiency. And you can never have install capacity because you might have certain natural constraints. Even water level can cause it. Generation capacity was an issue. President Mahama fixed it. Now go for excess capacity. In 8 years, all you needed to do was to fix the issues with transformers, obsolete connecting lines, and all of that. In fear what now we did the room and enye kenke party na e wache party enye wache party na e levy cake ya design kwa kutwam enye no na e slide ya kosi awowa akwakoji sika di ndabago adidi preko amaya enwe ndate ho and that's la modi koye collateral di sika di dakro ba ko petini e ba ya energy sector debt ani etua wi ana say ye dey slide clear free hon ye ba na san balu akọ $3.7 billion Insiranka rade and then Ghana for ni aban ya adwen why you be paying wo mo de 1 liter per fuel buy no. How much have we been able to reduce our energy sector debt with? Kakra. So the problem at hand, your IPPs, it has nothing to do with IPPs. The problem at hand, your fuel for car EN9 Victor no more. So it has nothing to do with fuel. The problem at hand, it has nothing to do with generation because you have enough power. You timi edimiti your demands. Nti sempenifo ka chese problem no babu wa bedum kakra betrepe. And your transformer as a I was seeing in the yejitum na ebom ho ba ebom chidom. Eno ya nana transformer say tie nya kese mienu akwa kodu kumase a ya reach substation wa hodwo ne potem honum no omundi kwa fix na yetimi nya stability. Kumase how no ye a bit challenging, but when ye yes when ye ni manim ya de ye kan ye be gina so a me yetimi wake up de wasa odu obi la ta sebosi ye timi nye ni na kakra betimi because dana aban we nya aban a onu ukohia kwantin vie anwumra ma akase wa manesasi form instead ye tie bia ye kire mo said ye tie all the problem cannot be fixed overnight a gradual process bear with us enti ye gitum saade a anwumra ye hwe anu na amba edim so ochina betimi aba but who could try to pan on no china asem fufro eti e better minister say na ya da Ghana phobia say but mo so TikTok live be kai say na dum so aba no na dum so no kwa mo san so live no me kai say light no so ayden aba na masem to so mienu okay video abranti di to so mesre with your permission video prosinia co site
yeah, this video.
Jessica.
Yeah, this video.
Na brantie ba akwo de wanya bi wo se ne de o chanvan kufi. Awie ya police penny e de letter ba. Omo interdict nipa num.
Yeah.
Asem no hwehwemu e to aso. Na media masema meka de di kan me yembo yewura yehonu abaso. The swiftness with which he attend to some of these issues is very commendable. But question ye nyina ye nsam bisa ne say prosifo num yi pen na yes aniemai and potentially there are a lot more of people a lot more of people alike sebisa ye susu sebisa betumi awo mu dia na exactly what are the measures aye wura yohunu di put in place to make sure say bajo Many your father, you let them what you for him and
video.
Nana,
because this is very important.
What measures are we putting in place to make sure that citizens can actually report some of these wrongdoing? Now you are winning out the bad from the system. We share video near me no penny womb. Nana say police in no call site why would you to say? The location or where the mining activity costs no, and so be anywhere cost no. Quiet be anywhere cost no. And you couldn't feel youth can do mining there. Why don't you rather connect these young people to responsible cooperative mining? Now we register rather than say who make you a cash cow. And to the sika when there, not now, but no him so this sika on maha. Or the Oberham or Ada, no a call and cobranumu, no a call Vapranumu, no a cotanonumu, no a call Donsunumu, I dare better no a send instead of better no one can do a gunning. Some of this attitude. And Nana, a dear son, the work against illegal mining becomes difficult by the day. Some of this attitude. And when you say interestingly, a prosifo say kura na ama DC is of one mining areas or Majumaya Diamomo. Majumaya Diamomo. Because when you go to sites, not DC in or trade, it says Security Council dissect Beko meeting. Now commander then report to Aba. Commander ba down here ya clear muni na. Now so commander himself the branch no kwa ya say yana. Commander unim. Commander you aware? Me say, you see, those days, and Nana Sembo, I say, in fact, Nana, in the coming days, in collaboration with Pajak,
that's right.
We are going to do work on naming and shaming. That's we have come to realize that it's one of the best tools in fighting Galamsey. Opa charging Nipan say, what do we real billions? I do the go to now, did go who charging the after all, I'm brand. But people are more concerned about their credibility. We must begin to name. And the process for about continue. Now, this city office, police for cooperation, so move through. Say, Jessica. Or Bano Kita Chanvine Bia, say, yes, I will you the Babonifo. The one yes, can be Chanvine or the buy. The one yes, can be excavator or the buy. The one yes, can be water pumping machine or the buy. Now, Obi Betty, I know I hear you or now, why would you say, how am I not there? Why don't we redirect them to the appropriate quarters? They're responsible cooperative mining. Yeah, more guidance. Now, because senior, people will definitely find survival through the mining sector. No more empoano omo ko apusu nti ya eti gold so no ya ndidi hefa. So if you think the location is good for mining, that must ko hu ma me ma usi ne honorable George Dazi no mu wo mwa mo said the beya mo betima ya adwuma ya no kwampa so. That is what every service personnel who says our service is with integrity, no. That is where the integrity comes in.
Obinka said, "Oh, police in here, you cannot own a concession, but do it legally."
Masa, proceed as far as a queen. Uni mining company, you have no business there. Uni mining company, you have no business there. And to say, proceed for Nubia, and name Mudi and Yanamaya cash cow. O corner the oil near Bonnet. E was so bontin kesi bi wo honom kwaye bi no oseno or quantum or kromfimfia arrest the person and put the person before the law. O feel say baby o wono ye nyina ya environmental impact less the account here be mo the needed guidance, the needed documentation. No mu so atimi adidi o madwuma no ho a call appropriate courtesies for these people. Match omo go this or this baby a omranche ekoto omo no eho de nso bia ni ho nti ebe sese oni abam kabore oni minister nkrofo no kasa no mo krata mo train no mo nya adwuma no nya omo sumdie. Don't take advantage of them. Say police and security cost at Jessica is becoming one too many. And it's making the whole thing look like nobody's doing anything to help. Meanwhile adwuma that way nya ba for adwuma nana. It needs collective effort. We will come here say Naimos. One can Naimos home. One can Naimos home. And so be a corner of Jinisika say Naimos. Naimos, mammy, come, one easiest way you will notice, say, security phobia about Satomunia Naimos 4 is that Naimos Omu 3. Naimos doesn't go operation like that. And Naimos doesn't come to operation with one security sect. Ebia police von Kwan. Naimos doesn't do that. Naimos is an amalgamation of security sects. Because Omusu say adwuma no ebe no there's potential say omo mundimu ndubone no mo ho. Enti narcotic for come ho. There's possibility say ahoho wo mti no immigration for come ho. There's possibility say ni kakabin for soldier for come ho. Ansah na police for me process omo before the law. Eka ho. To be question uniform press for me and say about outside so Naimos. That I'm not also saying that they don't have a role. Because at the district level and at dissect level, no, a police for me or DCs now also sanitize the area. But one thing I'm with DC to achieve the aim. Right. Now who got DC Kadia? One DC, one woman in one mantle, one Ghana, one woman Benny Mahama. It's very bad. And my boy GP Abaso.
All right. Thank you so much. His name is Comrade Mahmoud
Kabore,
or a spokesperson for Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. And about the fight against Galamsey is one of the vociferous voices in the airspace. So we are not surprised. So he's speaking with so much passion. A chip of the wood block, same as his father Amakufibwa. Baby, fantastic. Honorable Minister Makufibua will be Wayne Gobert, and of course Dr. Julius Kwaku. You're doing a very great job, sir. Baby at the Akabi Munkonanki, you for the Galamsey minister. But I'm fan name faction. I am from person, but my son no can't simple case. Because baby at we know, say. No credit and no mind Ghana person with genesis won't. You are stepping on so many toes. Yeah. But say, Emane Hawati, for the sake of Ghana, step on bigger toes. And I'm sure that history will write your name in a plate of gold, even following your demise. Say Radema Unkwana Udibia. See, Mr. Honorable Makufibua, Oko Pai Boswa, na Wabumia or Bubiama Papano. Because President Mahama Casada Bekai. Saying this if only be a Galamsey. Can you imagine if a Kovia says you are a Galamsey? A big crampono Ben Penimbia. Now you minister. Charlie, Amakofibua's position is very uncomfortable one. But I know say his poise. And together we shall win the fight against Galamsey. Chairman.
Yeah.
Akwaba. Chairman, my minister's in free.
Dr. Ho.
Doc came very early.
Yeah.
National Chairman Ekopeke, one or two things be. And now that he's back, I'm sure say after wedding couple. So Dr. Julius Kweku Kata, FC fellow, chartered economist, Sansuye member, communications team, Sansuye economic consultant. Now, you have 3 areas. Net time, you know, cut to boom. One, I be manage your time. Okay. So I'll give you the topics. Okay. If I say 3 topics, you may want to take the first 2, depending on the beer person. Then we do the last one. Dispute over Bank of Ghana's losses. Minority alleges said 34 billion cedis deficit and a buyer for 2025. Then Gold Board at triple on revenue, and as they triple their revenue, they also cut spending and on expenditure. It might generate operational surplus of about 909.71 million for 2025. And then MPP calls out government dishonesty over Dumso, attributes current crisis to generational deficits. So we are doing electricity related matters, we are doing Gold Board, tripling revenue, and we are doing Bank of Ghana. So pick the first 2. So pick the first 2.
First of all, Mamin can say
do 15 minutes.
Bank of Ghana issue. Do you remember what has happened from 2017?
Okay. Tell us, sir.
Yes. When we say there was a problem after they took over, after MPP took over, you realize that the crisis actually begins between 2022 to 2024.
Okay.
There was a loss of about 60.9 billion Ghana cedis. And before I even go further, the statement that Upon Nkrumah made, I don't know whether he's a journalist, accountant, or accountant journalist. You see, Bank of Ghana doesn't make profit. So as Bank of Ghana does not make profit, they are regulators. They keep they are the banker's bank. They are the last resort. Because you must know that before you establish a bank, you have about 400 million Ghana cedis.
Yes. The minimum capital requirement.
Yes. So those monies are kept for certain, but government is the major receiver of proceeds in terms of investment.
Okay.
When they took over, there were a lot of plans that they had in mind, which has affected the economy. The borrowing level has affected the economy, and even the restructuring of banks, and then forming consolidated bank and all that. Those were money expenditures that Bank of Ghana has made, even for the fact that they have collapsed all those banks by putting them together to amalgamate them. They spent a lot of money. They were not able to disclose those monies to us. And now you come back that Bank of Ghana, under the able leadership of the governor, Dr. Johnson Esiama, has spent above a certain standard in 2025. And you are accusing them for wrongful expenditure that the Bank of Ghana made loss. Bank of Ghana does not make losses. It is their operational expenditures that reflect in the books.
No, but when NDC was in opposition, Bank of Ghana, senior can if operational expenses are, but to a layman, maybe your friend of losses. So NDC so can be in opposition.
What was the gain? What was the gain?
That bill. Wait.
The question you are asking is fine. But the fact of the matter is that have you looked at the strengthening of interest rate?
Okay, so you tell me that.
Have you looked at the strengthening of the inflation?
Okay.
Have you looked at the confidence of the investor? Have you looked at the degree of confidence? That is the reason why on your platform I made mention that if you take the 1 year and a half of President John Dramani Mahama, the degree of sensitivity to the plight of Ghana, of Ghanaians, is so high. In Nana Akufo-Addo's time, they couldn't achieve that. Not even 45%. So we are sitting here and thinking about economists who have come to deceive the system. And I'm surprised that it's today that I heard that Opon Nkrumah, I thought he's a journalist.
He's a journalist.
But I learned he has done some accounting.
Maybe
but he has not.
Maybe he has masters in that. I don't know about that.
So the OCI, which is the operational cost of the bank, when the bank does its activities and put them in the books, doesn't mean that the bank has lost. So you came, we had per diem paid to staff of Bank of Ghana were so huge, double or quadruple times. Mr. Kabore, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes. So today when they sit down and they are criticizing, what are they criticizing? Is it their achievement? What achievement do they have? A down trade achievement? A ballooning economy with debt? Insensitivity without providing infrastructure for Ghanaians? The energy sector transformer replacement, which they couldn't do? The things that they procure in the energy sector without it proper how do we call it, usage, they dump them there. Some of them are even stolen. I mean, please tell us which sector of the economy. I was part of the transition team on the social sector, specifically education. Over millions of chalk were being procured without any this thing. These monies are all coming from Bank of Ghana. The cost, the indirect cost to Bank of Ghana are more than anything else. And today you see that I did finance and economics. I understand that when even another sector like agric, they are procuring things, it's government who pay, true or false. That goes to cost the consolidated fund. So if they are sitting down now and criticizing that Bank of Ghana made loss, they made loss in their time heavily. Look, if we look at 2023, they made a loss of 10.5 billion. If you add it to the 60 billion, 60.9 billion, how much is it? It's gone to almost about 80.
Oh, no, but I think consistently they were making losses. I think after this MPP takeover,
yes,
in 2016. In 2016, except 2016, they 12.
Yeah.
Yes, Bank of Ghana, if my memory serves me right, are making loss. In 2017, because of the good work of John Mahama, I think Bank of Ghana also made some. You say they don't make profit, so surplus.
Yes.
Then Osha, from 2018, they started making losses until 2022, when they made a loss of 60.8, if not 60.9 billion Ghana cedis. Yeah. Then in 2023, under their regime, Bank of Ghana made loss of about 13.8 or so billion Ghana.
Yeah, exactly.
So the cumulative effect is even dire.
That's why I'm taking it year by year. And then in 2024, they made 9.49 billion in 2024. You put them together. That's why we are taking only the financial sector, which is Bank of Ghana alone.
But is it also fair if you put them together? Because we know almost hold almost strict proof too, just last year.
Please. The accountant used to say, I'm not an accountant, but they used to say that past misstatement is strong indication of future misstatement.
Say that again.
Past misstatement.
Okay.
If you tell lies or you make the mistake in the past, it's an indication of future misstatement. It's because the figures that you put in the past will reflect the figure that will subsequently the figures that will reflect in the future. That is why in mathematics, immediately you make an error of a negative which is supposed to be positive, it trickles down.
Great.
So simply, I'm just telling you that we cannot build our country removing that accumulation of debt that they created for 2022, 2023, 2024, and be judging only 1.5 years performance of John Dramani Mahama's government and say we are in a huge debt.
It's premature.
It's premature. And how do you justify that as compared to your years of staying in power for the 8 years? And the justification is that it's too early for them to even come out with this. And I think that sometimes the MPP doesn't, they don't sit down to calculate in within the time frame that they've caused this country a huge sin. It's a sin they have caused this country. Because what hasn't happened in the Bank of Ghana's, the sector called Bank of Ghana? We've seen so many that even monies were missing. And up to today,
I think it was, I've forgotten a particular year, but 60.
It was Commercial Bank.
Was it 60 billion?
Commercial Bank.
It was transferred to an unknown source. Commercial Bank, eh?
Commercial
exactly.
Bank. During
That's a Crew Associate account.
That was okay, that one.
And certain transactions went on. At the end of the day, we cannot even find the money.
You can't even verify the destination.
And you must know that debt recovery of banks or transactions of banks,
yes,
they report to Bank of Ghana about the loss of that money. It became a bad debt to non-existing debt and not found in the books. And you are sitting here talking. This gentleman is a nice gentleman. He shouldn't be doing that. Because it gets to a point when the arguments are going on and you invite him even to sit down and substantiate, he runs away. Look, if for nothing at all, my brother, Ubahu said, the government, the current government, and the sector ministers and the governor of Bank of Ghana in charge of affairs in this economy now, there's so much credit awarded internationally and locally for the performance so far.
Okay.
That's the beauty of it. The people are not saying, people who understand how we are going now, even including the lay person on the street, say, hey, so far, this government has taken us to a path. At first, we couldn't even sleep.
So far, so good.
And that's the beauty of the government in power. And one thing that you should know is that a government who listens to the business community, listens to the social sector, listens to the people of this country, is a prudent government. Not the one that even if they are spending money in the air on flights, what does the money come from? It comes from the consolidated fund. Have you forgotten that if the president is spending extravagantly, it affects the consolidated fund? Now even he's making a statement that we sold, Bank of Ghana has sold some of its golds. The gold that we have in the reserve, they have sold it. If Bank of Ghana has used some of the gold as a collateral, are you aware? We do that. In terms of foreign currency inflows, we do that to make a cover up for our importers as well as exporters. But today, when they were doing it, they were even stealing the money from the coffers.
But today they are prudently managing the economy.
Please tie it with.
Look at the revenue. Look at the revenue level of Gold Board.
So as you tie, I beg your pardon, as you hit on the revenue, kindly tie it with the yes, Gold Board. That's what you just read.
Yes, exactly.
So,
because there is an integration of Bank of Ghana Gold Board. Because the gold that they receive goes to Bank of Ghana. Look at how prudently they are managing that sector. Their time. What happened? We were here when we were told that they are building gold reserve in London. True or false? Ghana's gold is lying in London.
And we didn't agree.
And we didn't agree. Am I lying? Here is the case. Ghanaian, their own resources, the natural endowed resources are being taken by somebody who just came to power to come and see to the affairs of this economy has dropped. Did they bring it back? That is how come prudently we decide to form the Gold Board, revamp the Gold Board, and do proper refinery. Look at the way things are going, my brother. Last I was walking around the Oxford Street. I saw Gold Board jewelry. I said, what? Here? Oh, this is nice. Proper gold being sold on the market. If it were to be their turn, one person will own it, one person will make profit out of it, depriving Ghanaians from benefiting from that revenue.
That is true.
Look at what Gold Board is doing on their own, helping the social corporate responsibility. Have you heard that some hospitals have been provided with some equipment?
Gold Board, yeah,
so please, when we are talking about the regime that have the people at heart. MPP, they never have us at heart. It got to a point you are even feeling that you will be sold one day. And that is a fact. Because your human capacity building systems has been weakened.
Yes, please be winding up.
Through institutional systemic advantage to their own plight, not the plight of Ghanaians. So my brother, he shouldn't even go there. The audited accounts were being audited by prudent company, KPMG. I think they are 3. And they've done so well. They should compare 1 year of handling Bank of Ghana as regards to theirs. What did they do to the new Bank of Ghana? They quoted high figures, but what do we see? Leaving office, they couldn't complete it. And there was a difference of 80-point-something billion that has to be raised to complete the project. It's still under construction. And you come back here and talk, and you come back here and say things that debt, that $80 million, where do we get it from? It's the hard work of Gold Board and Bank of Ghana and streamlining and building confidence in people in the business community. That is what is helping us to repair it. Because the money that is meant for it cannot be found. That's the Bank of Ghana expenditure. No fiano. I mean, how? Then you are talking about being sensitive, my brother. If we want to go into it, a lot of
no, but as for me, because of what I say, sometimes I play an advocate, a devil's advocate role.
Yes, I know.
That's why I also don't.
It is disheartening, and you can see that even with that, some of the properties of Bank of Ghana are being sold to themselves.
All right. I'll still come back to him. Expressing him well, and that is why we allowed him to flow in English. But I'm sure.
Thank you very much.
May audience know so yes, you nimade pa. I'm with you, share. Intelligent, you know. Now can you know so thank you, doctor.
It's here for Madam
exactly. You know, so what you and the next one they obey 40%.
Yo, Marty.
Leading the Dr. Julius Kwaku Kata, basic assembly to say, Mirai or Wakwadamu, no original brand power name day. FC fellow, chartered economist, sounds so economic consultant, na crack no, or a member of NDC communications team. Mark Afachawu is here on Facebook. Wasn't I know too, if possible, I can give you some police personnel in my community. Come and see how they're starting money from the guys. DG, I know today you sound very calm, sweet voice. Samuel for Kwame, I say, are they going to face prosecution or just interdiction when found guilty? Okay, good question. Now, Kwabena, I say Chelsea just lost 3-1 to Forest. Oh, both teams are not good teams.
The Blues.
The Blues.
My team.
Asaka haven't got
my team. The Blues.
Asaka team Bobie team
we are still on top.
We have only two teams, United and the rest. Dixon, okay. Also, the pastor should be invited by the CID to give evidence for the bribe he paid for government contract. Okay, because the pastor alleged sell per contract UTSK. So this is a good question. He should be invited by the CID. No, he should give further and better particulars.
No, why CID? They should be invited by the special prosecutor.
Special prosecutor.
So
okay, he can still do investigations, but they can't prosecute.
Yeah, they can. When they do the investigation, he will refer to
Attorney General
for prosecution.
So Attorney General will give them the approval for prosecution. Okay. Dixon. Okay. So Kwao Isaac is also here. Jonas Yabua, or say very well. I think so many messages on the pastor. Very well. But national chairman of PNC, Chairman Asaki Awingobit. Now, Mirai, he wears 2 caps. The former is what I have Makan was saying, but he doubles as executive secretary and I can for Penima Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana. And anytime importers and exporters kono and I say Omaninji Bibi Hono, you hear Saki everywhere. He's been at the forefront fighting for them. He's my guest as well. Mira, the macho enko.
Yo, medasi. Now too. Sene udi kai no. I want to say 3 topics. Etuja. Say you discuss it. Now, first and foremost, my member Bank of Ghana, the entire Bank of Ghana, the governor, and the monetary committee, the board of Bank of Ghana, the 2 first deputy and second deputies, management and staff of Bank of Ghana, headed by Dr. Bandit Ishima, that they have shown Ghanaians that there are brains somewhere. That when at the time they were saying that what economic team, this is the time we rather saw a solid team in governance. Look, MB before almost today. Almost a worker. Yes, I'm They left government at the time that dollar called 14 cedis to $1. 14 cedis, they top 14 cedis. Who got pay $1, 14 cedis. On the 7th of January 2025, time, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, but 2 a conjunction. And I bet that conjunction. You can't say.
You didn't see so sorry.
You didn't see so no. Now, port. Now, custom, we're using 13 series in calculated duty. My brother, I don't know, hard work. And they spend to stabilize the economy. Ordinary Ghanaians, say Pastor Kase see single inflation. It doesn't reflect on who we. On who we does so. Say who kita Bible no can drop. For me, meaning say who kita Bible, who kita Quran, who to can drop.
Or no gas the ordinary members. The members now was or no. So Kwabu petrol. They know what used to be petrol per liter. And what is petrol per liter? 14, 15 miles down the lane. More than 1 year. You got $1. Dollar is less than 12 cedis. And I'm a boy. Me boy. Me boy, no do. The whole year, 1 year, 4 months, and then you come May. Still, dollar is not up to. I don't know. And so.
Also, come market inflation reflects.
Oh, what? Now, yeah, you call your budget 2026 budget now, or 2,000 call. Take out the market. No. And you on a bon, children say. Now, I look, I mock 5 kilos. It used to be 100 and something. Which to, because of your economic stability, about 40, it was 40, between 40, 50, and 60. If you're up to now, it's 5 kilo. It's not up to 100 series. What is he talking about?
Even mace.
What is he talking about? And see, I can tell you quite clearly.
I saw from
country. In fact, what's the way? Yes, workers don't move far. Oh, good board.
Over 214 workers. They see only 405.
And there's expenditure that they've used. Their overhead cost. He still managed it well.
No, so that was interesting. MPP F114 workers, and yet they have higher expenditure
than
Sami Jemfi of 405 workers.
Another also amun kasa. Also amun kasa. Before
whilst MPP any higher expenditure with a low working force, unlike Sami Jemfi,
yes,
who has low expenditure with high working force, he still had. Like he had tripled the revenue. That PMMC. So PMMC had $307 million.
And he had.
Or is it cedis?
It should be cedis.
It should be cedis. 307 million cedis. But Sami Jemfenya 907
million. Yes. And so, Mami Kachro, MPP, Omu, yeah, Omu Dabia Budano. They just want to create artificial corruption. Omu Koha. Muko energy sector, Bank of Ghana, Muko good boy, every day they are just praying. But hey, Yamel Hatasrono. Mumudi Akotu, Muko, Uno Kase, a crack Mutoya, Mutoya, Mutoya. Mutoya $3 billion. The mortgage is $3 billion. I'm not gonna for who? And only Gamma industry, Papa, as about Uno Kase, the collect was over 100.
800.
Maming Fawe.
Yes.
The FDI, Foreign Direct Investment. GMBC.
Yes.
In 2024, by the end of 2024, we had $179 million coming during their time.
$179 million.
But in 2025, we are having US dollar of $862.9 million just within a year.
Mr. Madi.
So we are talking about.
Oh, but you are rough.
Everyone is saying.
Mr. Madi. Maji.
Maji.
The CEO of
the CEO.
Yes.
He's doing well, eh?
Mr. Maji.
That's
the time. You ever document from him.
Yes.
Let me tell you. The total FDI during 2020, the total FDI is 670 in 2024. The total now.
So you're talking about foreign direct investment.
The total foreign direct investment in 2024 is $670 million. And this time, 2025, just last year, 2025, is $1.4 billion.
This is what we are talking about.
MPP Nikki's case closed.
Listen. I think they're asking themselves, so what were our guys doing? I'm sure they're asking themselves, so what were our guys doing?
The internet.
Because Jomama Bano, what did he do strategically that we couldn't do? is because Jomama has assembled young, energetic team.
What
who are very solid.
What is even interesting in the statistics is that the job that they created in 2024 is zero. Yes, it's here.
Is there?
And the job that the 2025 report from GIPC created is 4,707 jobs. 4,707.
Wow.
That's from the direct foreign direct investment alone.
Yes.
Investors have brought to this country during 2025. You say you created Jumadia.
So Nana do. After Jomama, your bumper near your bumper, my Jomama.
Okay.
And
it doesn't matter. I say
that sector, that's the investment sector by Ghana Investment Promotion. Council.
Yes.
Let me tell you, we have in 2024 they have no growth, and this time plus 382% growth.
382%
growth.
So that is what
300.
Say, but when I say data no lie.
Papa didn't say
Yes.
Papa na boss.
Google the name. Maji. Something Maji.
Let's commend him.
Yes. Look, we need to encourage them.
Yes, he's doing well.
Nana,
if he needs consultants and support in terms of economic support, we are ready.
Absolutely.
We are here.
I'll introduce to him. Look, Jinapo is a fantastic minister. The guy, even in opposition, the way he was speaking, I thought, yes. But about Jumana Commander
for 7 minutes.
Now, Nipa don't to perform it.
Exactly.
John Jinapo, you're fantastic. MPP, I didn't go see it. General kind of come back of Fabro Faba. Someone can say, I bet do 6 months. I'm on 2 years.
Before 1 year.
I almost I bet do 6 months.
I'm on the 1 week in a year.
1 week. Now, I'm going to say, yes.
Fantastic minister.
Now, doesn't lies in the mouth of MPP to tell a bind say, on fire or more, we are Jumanambran or Mumana. Now, your mama called or say, young starving. Yama automatic employment to the young lady from UMAD, right? UMAD. Yeah. Who's a UMAD for a celebrity girl, no? Huh? I'm so on acquired engineering course, no? Yes, on acquired engineering course, no?
Yeah.
I know, yeah. That's a Greek, no? And a VRA. Your mama call her no, because a young star on a monte. Are there the people to tell government what to do?
No.
The government has already taken that prudent decision without them. Messi, John Jinapo, a fantastic guy. Only Juma. I know about Juma. And he's delivering. There's no way.
Every sector we are delivering.
Look, every sector. We call land ministries.
We are delivering.
Fantastic minister. Oh, your friend. Ama Kofi Bua. Fantastic minister. Kabore the boss, no? You can see the team. Look, who call Nip Eric Ajemu or Eric Aj?
Yeah.
Who call Mineral Commission? That young guy don't want any Mineral Commission. Look, these are guys that Jomama has constituted that they are delivering. Fantastic minister. Atoforsen. Yeah, who? Call Atoforsen office. Call Minister of Finance. These are brains. Look, Jomama, I said Jomama's second coming is to leave a legacy. Who him say every 2 weeks, you see, Omampayingasa or send a message direct to all his appointees.
Of course, I know.
So MVP, Omodashoni na Omodajuni na say they want scandal. Home 1 year, 15 months. Say what 15 months?
Yeah.
5 months.
5 months.
Sorry, that's 15 months. That means 1 year, 5 months. No, your friend say scandal. No scandal anywhere. Ukoto, fantastic guy. Your friend at combat. He's performing Combat, when they wanted to sell Thor at $20 million or so, no. Combat about Juma and your profit. Go back to Thor. 2022, 2021, 2023, 2024. Thor staff, they used to be paying them overdraft. By Nekoto, go ahead. Who call MPA? The young lawyer there. Eduji, fantastic guy. Who call a boss? Afechi, Look, I don't know who gave Jomama those lists. Now, Yamisra or BBR or recommended these appointees that Jomama has made. No, I can tell who call EPA, the professor about EPA no, Obano, Juma Obo. Before Obano, my brother used to be the CEO.
But
Dr. Kisley Kuru used to be the CEO.
But
he said he came like 6 or 1 year before. Because now this all now used to be but my minute Juma Bob.
Now can boss we'll see why they.
Afeji. Or Bojuma rough.
Oh, I see.
Or Bojuma rough. NUG or Bojuma rough MPA. Dr. Combat or Bojuma rough.
Okay.
Who call Miller Commission? Young guy now you call to or Bojuma rough. Who call
a Greek.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Duello.
Spokes minister. Aye, Coco bot Sam Nabano. Aye, Ergo Poku Kojijumu. Ergo Poku. Fantastic guy. Look, I don't know. Those who did the recommendation with your mama, and Chief Julia Debra, Julia Debra, the Dr. President, Executive Secretary President. Kalistus. May you so say the team that sat down with President Mama to consult the team. Look, Bauma used to say what a solid team, no, they were get chaff. They were chaff. Solid team that brought it to 54% inflation. It never happened in this country. If it rolls about military coup to one to civilian rule, now inflation you call 54. That. What a solid team only 54%. Your friend, what's the inflation?
Inflation.
Now rate. You see, I change dollar no. Now first see the ma apedu. IGP apedu. Retire no fucking coffee. Now dollar a peja near $2 70 series. And I'm what?
Correct.
What is all team you? That was what they brought us. That what is all team? They went for $3 billion.
Yeah.
$3 billion. They mortgage all of us. Haircut. What is all team? But President Mama Bano. For the whole 1 year, now Mama consulting economic management team, but we can see the data. Chaba will say, we read the data, we can all see the data. We can see the data. So, don't they go to buy fuel? But anymore, when they go and buy fuel, they see. When they go to when there was Christmas or Salah, say Omoyirimuko market, say they see. MVP. So, dear, look. Mpaibo Amubono. You can never get artificial. And they will only bring artificial scandals. Scandal that will never have evidence base. Scandal that will never have evidence base. Because the leader have told his people, and they are all fantastic guys. Both men who call free zone. Nasiana Musi, Yenuaba. Doctor, we see issues the bano. Yampam. Mamina admit osi me pacho. Se maka bina me no pra. Pacho man kan yi.
Still.
Aku for the ground kai. On ka se man kan yi kura. Aku for the ground kai.
Okay.
So also oyanipa. But go to free zone see fantastic. She's delivering there with her team. With her deputies, fantastic deputies supporting her ably. Look. For me, I think that so far, so good. The government, President Mama have so look. What did you see? When President Mama went to Eastern region recently, President Mama called them. Now the security details, they were harassing media. President Mama said no, stop harassing them. Stop harassing them. Yes. What he told the young man. The young say yes.
I was there.
He said stop harassing them. What did we see? Akufado, the bodyguard, he tell old man be. Okay, video no. That's a good video. Former president. The time no. That was a program na old man be the nearji or person or coach on who president. Yeah, to the blow no to form. You didn't see that video at that time. No, do you have that video?
I'm confident. Oh.
Can you show that video on the of this?
I'm sure.
How this his body got through?
I'm sure.
Look,
Wait when is that video not mine?
what is it? Okay, will be. I beg you, can John Mama? The bodyguard.
But if
the bodyguard
Nana Akufo-Addo himself could tell a chief to stand up, what is he going to say?
Drop down and held the man and begged the man. That's the president we are having. Very humble president. Very humble president.
OTT free the big bomb the crack saying.
The crack say from Omanpanyi the Bedechi. The Swafo. The firm say, you know, Swafo. Ministers.
Swafo.
CEOs. The government or government appointed board of directors in this government, current government. Your boy Samon will be a. The crack say, Asana or Swafo the general pulpit the cano or Chantro. And you know, cry. So who invested 1,000 treasury bills a whole year over here 50%. Or
calculating 100 cities.
100 cities. You don't know the difference between 100 and 50%. So a person is popular. I know a person can campaign my MPP. Okay. But don't criticize something that is not there. Inflation, we are feeling it. Even Iran, American, Israel issues. We are still buying fuel less than 15 cities. Adamwa per liter.
It's true.
This is factual. And so, as for on cotton fuel, or $2 a whole year. Can you see it? Dollar will stay within 10.2, 11. Right now, dollar is around 11.3 or so. Me what? Now, also for today.
Also can I say? Figures na more can na say na inflation so na este or see at reflect also come market ntesa.
No come market.
Nana Tio. If you can do just 2 minutes for us.
Let me tell you. What significant change does he want? That's the question. Maybe
but I open it Yura Kenneth Nana Kwame Asamoah, founder and leader Action People's Party. See what he empire. The baby Yura Nana Kwame will be a piano Christian.
So what derivative does it want? In economics, the reflection of an economy that is stable gives what? Happiness to the people. Okay. And it's part of the UN harmonization what? Systemic code. So if I can ask the Toto driver, how are you feeling these days? That is a derivative of success of the government stability. When I ask a boat driver, I say, oh, Bibia, first mean to me, Yejuma. Oh, yes. Enya savings.
You can do
something. Savings. That is the derivative and the implication of good governance. But Osofono, I am say, oh, you're greedy.
Very greedy.
Because if you are greedy, you are not satisfied with whatever good you are experiencing. You'll be craving for more. Maybe he had an opportunity to enjoy at this time. That is why he is able to come and talk those things that he's saying. Because I don't believe that at this current moment, with the statistics, even in the market, first, if you go to market and you buy Makushito, they can't give you Tuso. They can't give you Tuso like the way they are giving Jara, like the way they are giving now. Because the prices are stabilized. Yeah. Even boat drivers, these days, when I take it, it's left with 3 cities. It's all, Doc, you go. And I'm surprised. But in 8 years past,
sure,
hey, they will collect all.
You go blow. How you
even one city self, they will collect it.
You go all die.
And then it surprises me. But Both. So the pastor need to sit down. Maybe she has to associate with some of us. He has to associate with some of us. We take him through the market.
Association.
No, oh yeah, Nadji. Oh yeah, Nadji. This is not popular. This is unpopularity. Oh, this is Yabaka.
What I want to say finally is that the gendarme that the MP people are planning against them will not work. As we are praising all the sectors, the CEOs, and all other sectors of the economy, equally, we have a solid economic, solid.
I hear doors no do. Na we will be aquagene dear until you have to go take yours. People are upgrading on 4G until it was so you know na or upgrading. You just grab the brand new HMD AC for just $899. Now I enjoy free 2.5 gigabyte data every single month for 6 months. Now, new phone, fast 4G, nice pictures, free data, more social media every month. Pay way na per day. Also before they say it's only left with you. Now, we visit any MTN service center and dealer shops nationwide. Now I grab it HMD AC today. Now you name Dura Plus. I can't say it will be also then be a pipe works, plumbing works, a Dura Plus. And you know, Kopebi because hard and I know ISO certified quality UPVC, any ADP pipes. Now this is for accurate and excellent plumbing and electrical works. And Mr. including drainage pipes in a free flow of water there, unyakra. Now we and block it near there. Now the cra from Dura Plus cra and say almost so a year ultimate Dura Plus water tank. I am now level of indicator. Say in so no Drew saying a besan failing this animal. Now baby a Dura Plus. It's Coco Pebi. Now or no mountain a year. 0242818874 0242818874 and 0540116328. Okay. Where time will permit us to draw curtains. Zion Clinic. Ana yedo mu eja medin de nana otu dako Kwajon Kroma and the boy Chidom on Facebook Kwame Kwache producer party. Thank you so much for the role you played. Ladies and gentlemen, nyame adomo watching so ye be sign Asia but happy birthday. Happy birthday going to you, Linda, and founder of the People's Action Party. Mira Kenneth Nana Kwame Asamoah, we are founder and leader Action People's Party. Nyame adomo china and ye wa wodapa, such a gentleman, such a kind, serious man, very vociferous. I mean, you command all the energies that you desire. And so now I wish you happy birthday in advance. May God keep you and expand your hosts and tentacles. Already, Emma when it's ready Emram. So Fred Ura Kenneth Nana Kwame Asamoah, founder and leader Action People's Party. Not trying to say wishing I would I leave you in the hands of Zion Clinic, Midin de Nana Utu Dako Ghana man Kasama for the voice for the voiceless and gatekeeper of the grassroots for our president. Yami Adomoa, Ochina, Yabesian same time. I'm out.
Check your pa nefi Zion Natural Clinic. Dodo nasu nim ye say ye fair Dr. 3 days. And intino ye didn't know dear. Uti 3 days and I just say
100.5. Ememedri manum bia ye benemu kani metutu ya na minkuma bo asese de betu esa kum mania g. Give us P capsules.
Give it to me baby.
Give us core capsules so e
mane meme nyina akoko yade sisi yade amamanya yam timotete wo mo no yedru no manum bi amama de me ho.
Give us core